That's okay. All right, here we go. Let's see, everything is working all right. Just give me one moment more. I think we are okay, although I can't tell if we are live or we are live. Okay, excellent. How many people do we have already? 33. Okay. All right. Very good. Let me get started in the order that I see you. Ramji, go ahead. How can I help you? Ram, can't hear you. Ram, your audio is not working. Why don't you fix your audio? Kajal ji, you go ahead in the meantime. Kajal,
जी हाय राजीव जी कैसे हैं आप?
good ma'am. How are you?
I'm good.
Ji.
So one of my this is for my friend actually. He's
Kajal,
graduating.
sorry, Kajal, I'm on. Can we both join the call? But it's a question for me. I had a meeting, so I didn't know whether I could
Kajal,
ask.
this gentleman claims to be your friend. Do you
Yes,
accept?
yes. जी. Can he just talk instead of me?
No, I like your voice better. Kanji Deepsa, please go ahead.
Hi, thank you. So the question I have is, I'm finishing my graduation on the 2nd of May, um, and I've applied for my OPT on the 29th of March. But what I did was, instead of filling CO3B, I filled a CO3A form.
Mhm.
And I have sent them an unsolicited document stating that, could you please consider my application to be B instead of an A? And I've done my biometrics on the 6th of April, but however, there hasn't been any change, and I'm a bit concerned
Which
whether
form did you say you filed?
CO3A instead of CO3B.
You mean you check mark
Class,
that section?
classification, yeah.
Okay, so it's not like a
So,
different form because that
no,
would be
it's,
disastrous.
yeah.
If I were to make a guess, I think government should allow you to make that much of a correction. Now, what have you done? Have you uploaded the corrected form?
No, I just sent them a email, a letter.
Why don't you prepare a cover letter saying that I've
Uh-huh.
sent you an email, but here I am uploading um, the corrected form with only one correction. It's the same form, but I've just selected the right box. One thing though, let me ask you another question. Are you still within time within the if you had to refile the case, are you still within time?
Yes, I am.
Talk with your DSO. It may be because you're still getting OPT, right? Then you'll have STEM OPT.
Yeah,
I think it might be worth it to file a second petition anyway, a
okay.
completely new case.
Okay. So do I do it as part of the same application or?
No, I probably, what I would do is I would withdraw this one. And I mean, you lose the money you've paid. I would
Mhm.
withdraw this one and then I would refile it. I just don't like to take a chance with, next 3 years of your life.
Right. Okay. So you don't want me to wait because it's been already 15, 20 days. I've
Well,
done a premium processing.
what you could do is you could push it to the limit, have the
Mhm,
paperwork ready, and make sure
mhm.
you still file it within time.
Okay, fine.
Okay, talk to your DSO if that's possible, because they
Right.
probably have to generate a new I-20 and that would rule over your existing I-20.
So the I-20 already stated the right classification. It's just me selecting the wrong tick
Yeah, I'm
box.
just I'm just nervous with this administration. Never know what they are going to do.
Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Because I mean, think about it. last week we filed three RFE responses to B2s
Mhm,
where people got laid off, H1B laid off, and they were all other people's filings, not our filing. So we filed the RFE responses,
mhm,
pretty much the same facts. Two cases got approved and one got denied. I have
mm,
no idea what is going on. So with the result, uh, the practice of immigration law has become the practice of paranoia. You just want to make sure every possible thing that can go wrong will probably go wrong, and you want to take care of it. Okay.
right. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I think filing a clean application may be the way to go.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. But
Thank
talk
you.
to your DSO, see if it's possible. All right.
Sure. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Kajal ji, done?
Gee, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Khyati ji, go ahead. Khyati,
Yes. Hi, sir. Can you hear my voice?
I can hear you. Yes.
Sir, I talked with you on LinkedIn 2 days back. No, I
Acha,
think 3, 4 days back regarding my case, and it's very critical right now. So,
acha.
I applied for B2 change of application after I got laid off on H1B, and
Mm-hmm,
I asked for the 6 month time till April 9th.
mm-hmm,
So on March 12th, I received an RFE because my new employer filed a premium H1B. And
mm-hmm,
following that, I received an RFE and they just asked that what was my intent of stay for 6 more months. They didn't ask a lot of questions.
mm-hmm,
And I was supposed to respond to RFE on 11th April, and I tried to respond it on 10th April through online because that's how they ask us to respond to it. And
mm-hmm.
if you remember, before 2 weeks, it was whenever we are uploading the documents, nothing was
Yes,
showing up on USCIS.
yes.
And I tried multiple times. I can able to see the documents are submitted successfully, but I do not see any update. So I
Mm-hmm,
took screenshot and everything. I tried to call USCIC. They cannot see, but they asked me to wait and everything.
mm-hmm.
I put the request, like an online request to help me out. Nothing happened. And suddenly on April 13, I get a notification that my case is denied because we are failed to upload the document on time. But that was
This is,
not the
hold
case.
on. This is your RFE.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay. So you still have the H1B RFE to respond to, right?
Yes, we have to. Yeah.
Talk to your lawyers. If I were you, I would do
Mm-hmm.
two things. One, I would file a motion to reopen the pending case of the
Yeah.
B2, saying
Yeah.
you guys are full of it. It's your problem, not mine. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing I would do is I would take a copy of that motion to reopen and attach it to the response to the H1B RFE.
Okay.
Okay. So cover both angles.
Yeah, but there is also one more tricky part to it. Later on 15th, I was able to see all the document that I uploaded multiple times, and on 16th, my case status changed to that all the documents have response have received, and
Okay.
USCIS began to
Then
work on
then
it
you should
again.
you should do one more thing. You should contact the USCIS customer service.
Yeah, sir, we did that, but they are
And
saying this is just a problem of update, so we cannot let you talk with the tier 2 officer. They will call you within 30 days, but not within 3 days.
okay.
So,
So I would file an MTR anyway,
okay.
not take a chance, Khyati ji.
Okay, so does that mean I'm in status or I'm not in status? This is very
Um,
confusing.
if you ask many people in the government, they don't really know what the law is anymore.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I would say because this is an error made by the government, no fault of yours,
yeah,
if you took it to any court,
yeah.
you should not have a problem.
Yeah, I have all everything, and also I reached out to congressmen, and they also initiated their inquiry 2 days back. So
Right.
that is also one plus good point. I have
Mhm.
one more question, sir. This is not to maintain my status, but like I'm dating my boyfriend since 5 years, and we are trying to get married, and something always comes up. But now we are thinking that if everything is going wrong, should is it good if we do a civil wedding? Does it consider a legal wedding for us because of my stay issues right now?
No, wedding though depends on the state law. Okay. Whatever the state law is, if you, I don't think you have to be in legal status to get married, but I'm no expert in marriages. So, hey guys, by the way, we have 59 people in. And that's the last person I'm admitting. Then I have to close. More than 60 I can't handle. So let me just, for one moment, Khyati ji, let me just close
Yeah,
the,
okay.
I have to close the window. 1 second, lock meeting. अभी 2 लोग और हैं. Might as well admit them. चलिए, I've closed the lock meeting. Yes. Okay. हाँ जी, ख्याति जी. What were you saying?
Yeah, sir. So it's like कि if I have to leave the country and he is not able to travel for next
नहीं,
1 year.
जो marriage है ना, that is a question of state law.
Yeah.
Okay. What you can do is contact the local clerk's office, whatever the authority is for marriages where you are located, and just check with them. I don't think it should be a problem. That's my guess.
Yeah, we were concerned because if I have to go to get visa back in India, they will raise a question that why you got married in such a time. But it's just the
No,
thing happened like
I
that.
think that's fine.
Okay.
I think that's fine. I don't see any problem.
Okay. So you suggest I should still file for I-290B action to reopen to just
Yeah,
be in a safe
I
side.
like to cover all bases.
Okay. Wonderful. All right
All the
then.
best, ji.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much, sir.
You're welcome and congratulations, Khyati ji.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. लेडीज संगीत कहाँ होगा ख्याति जी?
सर हमें तो बहुत ही अच्छी से करनी थी वेडिंग, सब प्लान था, बट अभी राइट नाउ वी हैव टू गो फॉर सिविल वेडिंग. वी हैव नो ऑप्शंस एंड आल्सो वी लूज लॉट ऑफ मनी व्हेन आई डिडंट हैव अ जॉब फॉर 8 months.
ठीक है. No, it's all
Yeah.
Ram C, you're back. Ram C, start talking. Ram C.
Yeah, hello.
हाँ जी, your audio is okay now, huh?
Thanks, sir. Sir, I want to know in the
थोड़ा
process.
ऊंची बात करो सर. Louder.
Sorry,
Louder.
louder. Is it fine now?
Get closer to the microphone.
Okay. Is it fine now, sir?
Still the same, but okay, go ahead.
Okay. I want to know in the process of reviewing the H1B petition, do they look at the STEM OPT training plan? If the H1B petition is filed for level 3 or level 4, isn't it not contradicting with the STEM OPT training plan?
No, because STEM OPT is just a training. Okay. What you did during the STEM training could be something totally different from your H1B job. Same field, but different. For example, let's say you have a degree in computer science, and during STEM OPT, you were a system administrator. Now, during during your H1B, your job has changed to, let's say, something totally different. Let's say it's, I don't know, Java developer. So you went from being a sysadmin to Java developer. That's perfectly fine.
Okay. Actually, the issue is like my employer filed for H1B at a level 4 and it got picked. But I have to apply for STEM OPT now as a safe fallback. So I was in the
You can have
dilemma
a
how
different
to
job for
justify.
STEM OPT. I don't see any conflict there. Talk to
Okay.
your H1B lawyers. Make sure they are comfortable with it. Okay.
Okay. So they don't generally look into the training plan.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
They
Okay.
can and they will look into all that, but there's nothing illegal about having different jobs.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All the
Thanks.
best. Yeah, I just saw somebody, Jyoti Chaudhary. कुछ
Hello.
रह गया क्या?
Hanji, this morning I spoke to you. Just a
I
quick
know.
question.
जी.
If I try to be more conservative, file within 60 days from the last working day,
हाँ जी.
my F1, I have an admit from one MBA school. I will file with that. But what if I want to change to a different program, like another MBA program?
We
Uh,
talked about that, no? After one semester, you wanted to change.
I can't change once I filed the F1 with one program. Like if the
I
F1 is
I don't know. I'll have to check the regulations.
okay, okay,
You
okay,
can check with the DSO of
okay,
the school that you want to go to.
okay, okay. Yes, thank you very much. That's
You're
it.
welcome, ji. All the best.
Thank you.
Darpan ji, go ahead. Darpan,
Hello, Rajiv.
how
Thank you
are
so
you?
much. I'm fine. How are you?
I am very well, thank you.
So I'm in a situation where I was laid off on March 13.
Okay.
But the company has paid me only till March of 28th. Sorry, February of 28th.
Okay.
Now, that leaves around 3 weeks of unpaid time.
Okay.
And on March 2nd, our startup told us that they have faced some financial fraud or financial constraint
Mhm.
due to which they can't pay.
Okay. So this is what you
On
tell them. You said,
Hmm.
look, I appreciate your problem, but I have to protect my status. I am going to file a complaint against you with the Department of Labor, saying that you owe me 3 weeks' wages.
So basically, when they notified us, which was on March 2nd, that the company has faced financial fraud, and at that time they said don't take up any new work, but neither they said that whoever is laid off or what. Okay, and for the next 2 weeks, they said that they would need time to figure out things, and during that time, they also assigned work to all the employees for which were related to customer issues. And then on March 13th, they decided to lay off some employees, and I was the one of them.
Right.
And on that day, they told us that this was considered as voluntary time because they told us that
No, no, wait. You are on OPT, right?
no, I'm on H1B.
H1B, so you can file a complaint with the Wage and Hour Division.
Okay,
Uh, Wage and Hour Division of the Department of Labor, that's an LCA violation. They have to pay you.
because
There are
they
two advantages to that. One
hmm,
is they will have to pay you eventually, and two is you've created enough paper trail to show the government that you are working for X number of days. So therefore, your 60 days should begin X plus one.
okay, and also my 6 days will begin on March from after March 13, right? Not
When they
the pay date.
definitively gave you a notice.
Yeah, so they gave me a definitive notice on March 13th. Not notice, they told us that you're laid off. And for
Okay.
filing the suppression letter, they told us to sign this that the 2 weeks were unpaid and the other weeks, not 2 weeks, sorry, 3 weeks were unpaid and
Yes.
they were considered as voluntary time that we agreed to
Yeah,
that it's
you
a voluntary
don't
time, which
worry
would.
about it. I'm not an expert in this field, but my
Hmm,
my suspicion is under Fair Labor Standards Act,
hmm.
they cannot take free work from you. They have to pay you.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
Georgie.
So you make a complaint to the Wage and Hour Division and also tell them, just give them a copy of what they have given you.
Okay, well done. Thank
Okay.
you,
They
Rajiv.
never offered you a one-way ticket back to your home
No,
country.
they didn't do that also.
Yeah. So you inform the Department of Labor. Google WHD
Hmm.
LCA complaint.
Okay, WHD
WHD
also
is Wage
complaint.
and Hour Division.
Mhm. Okay. And
LCA
if I have to
complaint.
file this B2COS, then what date should I do select as like
You should file that
even if
as early
conservative?
as possible anyway,
Okay.
Rajiv.
Okay then.
File it this week if you can, next week if you can. File it as quickly as you can.
Okay, cool. And one last question. So my wife entered United States in between of this period from March 2nd to March 30th, which is on basically on March 9th. And I did had EVL also. Did give me an employment verification letter also for that
Mhm,
date.
mhm.
So will that by chance affect because this period is considered as unpaid time and all that stuff?
Not sure I understand that.
My wife entered United States on March 9th, and they say that if we don't sign this document of this 2 weeks as unpaid time, then they will mark our last date as February 23rd, the time by the
Uh,
time
I,
they paid us.
I don't think it should be a problem because
Hmm.
they have never really fired you according to the requirements of the law. So their
Okay,
obligation to pay you continues.
okay, cool.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much.
All the best to you. Vian, go ahead, Vianji.
Yeah, good morning, Rajiv sir.
Good morning, Ji.
This question is for my daughter, and I discussed with you 2 weeks back as well. Like she was not picked up in the H1B lottery, and this was her final attempt for like on STEM OPT,
Okay.
and she's working in California.
Acha.
Now, seems like day one CPT is the best bet for her. So we are looking for the colleges. So need to make a choice for college. So some of the universities like Avila or Humphreys, they are charging 8K and per year. And there are some other universities like Westcliff and Harrisburg, etc. They charge more than double per annum for that. And all of them have some associated RFEs with them, or some scrutiny associated with them. So, what do you suggest? Like,
I don't have
which
any suggestion, Ji. I don't keep track of the universities, Vianji. So I can't really comment on which university is reliable, which is not. That's something you're gonna have to do the due diligence on. Okay.
but like we need to look at the Reddit or some platform, like which one to go for. At least it should be in the West Coast only. Like that's what you recommend.
Well, you have to attend classes. Okay. In my
Mm-hmm.
view, the more classes they have, the better off you are. So if they have one class in a semester, I think that's a lot more difficult to sustain than if they have one class every weekend.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
So
And
I
she
think,
has complete.
Ji,
Sorry, sir.
yeah, that's what I look for.
Yeah, yes, sir. So she has done her masters in management from Washington DC, and like that was a 10-month course. So can she enroll for an MBA? That is the most viable option we are finding. That's a
Well,
2-year program. Or
I I don't have
if
any comments about that, Priyanji.
no, but later on, sir, like if her H1 is picked, let's say in second lottery or in the later stages, then generally it's recommended like to complete the degree. If she goes for a DBA, PhD, or some degree like that, so that will have the 50-60K fee, as well as like the number of years or more to complete. So in that case, sir,
Well, I don't know of any requirement in the law that says you have to finish the degree. You should have a good faith intention. And if you get a job, let's say on H1B, you are also finishing the degree part time on the side, which you're allowed to do. That would be a good way to go.
actually the fees to my sir for PhD is like
Yeah,
50-60K.
Vianji, I don't have any other comments about this.
And
Okay.
one last thing, sir. Sorry. Like, do you have any opinion around the concurrent H1B? Like,
They're perfectly they're perfectly legal. Nothing wrong with that.
so if she finds some cap exempt H1B,
Mhm.
then is she fine to do the work along with that?
Watch out for one thing. I've been told this morning only that there is this one organization that takes money from the employer and they place people on cap exempt jobs, allowing them to then get concurrent H1Bs for cap jobs. If it's an organization like that, I don't know how I feel about that. That does not sound right to me. Okay.
Okay, sir. So MBA is fine, sir,
I
as
have
per
no
your
comments
recommendation.
about that, Priyanjali. Can we go on now from that?
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot. I
All,
appreciate your time.
all the best.
Thank you.
Anirbanji, go ahead.
Hello,
Anirban,
Rajiv.
hello, sir.
Are you able to hear?
I can hear you.
Yeah,
Yes, please go ahead.
thanks for taking my question.
Mhm.
So here is my situation. My I-140 is approved more than 180 days, right? And my EB3 based I-485 is current and pending for 60 days now, as of today. So there is a reorg in my company, and I've been laid off last week. But officially, my employer, so as part of the severance package, my employer is extending my last date to another 4 months so that my 148 can meet that 180 days portability
You mean
criteria.
your I-485?
Yes, 485.
Okay. So that's a good situation, Anirbanji. Are they going to revoke your H1B?
No, they legally they are not doing anything till next 4 months. They are not doing. Basically,
I
by August 12th is the last date.
I think you'll be okay. You'll get covered by the AC21 rules because the law doesn't say you have to hold that job for 180 days. The law simply says your I-140 is approved and I-485 has been pending 180 days.
Okay.
So you should be okay. All right.
Yeah. So the follow up is like if I So you are saying that I can transfer my H1B within
No, I
this
didn't say
180?
that. I didn't say that.
Okay.
What I
So
said was, if it stays up pending for 180 days, you'll be okay. If you file an H1B transfer,
mm,
that could be a trigger for them to send a notice of intent to revoke.
okay. So I should not do anything for next 4 months.
I would not.
Okay. And the following is like now I will have like 60 days to get a job after that. So let's say if I get EAD by then, which is like more likely I will get, does that 60 days grace period still apply after
No,
August?
no, because you have two different things going here. Your legal stay in the United States is being protected by the I-485.
Mhm.
So you don't need H1 for that. Then, on top of that, you get work authorization because of your EAD, and you don't need H1B for that.
Okay.
So
I see.
485 will cover you. I don't like the idea of letting go of my H1B, but what choice do I have? If I file an H1B transfer, it could become a trigger for revocation of my I-140.
Okay, so the best thing to do will be once like if I get a job after 180 days, I can transfer on H1B. If not, I can use my EAD to get a job and ask the employer to get us to provide the supplement J if possible.
Supplement J can be filed only after 180 days.
Yeah, I mean after 180 days. Yeah.
You can, definitely. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rajiv.
All the best, Ji. Rahul Ji, go ahead. Rahul,
Hello, Rajiv ji, can you hear me?
I can.
Yes, thank you. My question was on H1 to B2. So I have a new employer
Don't do
filing.
B2, do B1. Next.
Sorry.
Don't do B2, do B1.
Okay.
H,
Like I had
H1.
already
Oh, you
applied
already
for.
filed. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Now my new employer is doing H1.
Yeah, you're going to get an RFE
Mm-hmm.
for both the B2 and the H1B. And I was just telling people that in the
Right.
past few days, we've gotten out of three, two approved, one denied.
Okay. So what are the facts to be provided? Like I had submitted tourism and wrapping up.
Well, yeah, see, these are bad. These are bad. Personally, I always told them I'm going to look for a job.
Okay.
Because if you tell them, look, I am just going to go for tourism and wrap up my things. First of all, how many things do you have to wrap up? Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
find that a um, very strange excuse or reason. And two, tourism. Yeah, it could be possible, but then why is an employer applying for you? And
Mm-hmm.
if your fact pattern says that the job was actually already interviewed for before
Mm-hmm.
I filed for the B2, you
Mm-hmm.
might have a good chance.
I see. And usually how long it takes the process? 5 weeks.
RFE response and decision,
Mhm, mhm.
just a few weeks, 2, 3 weeks.
Okay. And I think you covered my question. So instead of B2, B1 is a better way, or
Yeah,
are there
right
any
now it's
better?
too late already. You've got the B2 going already, right?
Right. Uh,
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm
All
good
the
with your
best, Jay.
question. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Vishal, please don't keep popping messages at me. If you are in the lineup, when I come to you, I'll just read your question. Please don't keep putting these messages in. It's distracting. राहुल जी आपसे बात हो गया ना राहुल जी
Yes.
Okay, all the best ji. Ashish ji, go ahead, please put your hand down. Rahul ji,
Hi, Rajiv sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes sir.
Okay, so my situation is that my company is laying me off on this month end. So that will be my last day. They
Ji,
are willing to put me on 4 months of unpaid leave at my
that
request.
doesn't do anything. Don't even think about it.
So I still like the 30th, I will get my one paycheck, and then I have one final paycheck of settlement funds. So
Ashish
can
ji,
I? Yes,
Ashish
sir.
ji, the most conservative and most secure thing to do is consider first day of 60 days the day after you stop working.
Okay.
Don't get into all this. I'm getting pay for this. I'm getting severance for this. Just think of that. There's no reason for you to delay a filing for whatever else you're filing.
Okay, so then should I also have a company who is willing to get my instrument transferred and then keep me on minimum payroll on bench till they find like a new project for me. So
Well,
should I pursue?
that's highly illegal.
Okay,
Okay. For a company to file an H1B without a job is all kinds of problematic.
okay,
Don't be a party to that.
okay. And then lastly, I also have a girlfriend who's working on H1B visa, but she doesn't have her I-140 yet. So would that make sense for me to go on H4 and
Only,
then
only
file
one
H1B when I
problem,
get a job?
Ashishji, one problem.
Hmm.
So H4 processing times right now are what, 8 months or 9 months, something like that.
Okay,
And if your H4 is still pending and you get an H1B job offer, you may not be able to change status back to H1B because your H4 is still pending.
okay.
Now you have one more option.
Hmm.
You get married, you apply for H4, and you also make an appointment in India for H4 visa stamping.
Okay,
Okay. And whichever comes first, you go get it. If the visa stamping is coming first, you go get a visa stamp and come back.
what was the other thing you said, whichever comes first? So what's the
Apply
other
for
thing?
H4 change of status also while you're in the US. Once you
Okay,
get married, you apply for H4 change of status.
okay,
All right.
okay. And sir, one last question, like if I get a job and get my H1 transferred to a company, can I like have two H1 transfers in process, like
Yeah,
receipt to receipt, or do I have to wait for approvals?
you can. But make sure that you tell your second lawyer that you've already filed a case.
Okay. And
Okay.
I don't have to submit like the current job, the one I'm getting laid off, that approval, right? That doesn't concern anymore.
Well, you need it because are you talking about after you get the H4 approval or before you get the H4 approval?
After I get I mean, on the receipt, not the approval. So
No,
on the
on the
receipt,
receipt, you may not be able to change status. And if you are
okay.
filing based upon an H4 receipt, they can ask to see your last H1B pay stub.
Okay, okay. And that has to be within the 60-day
It does
period.
not. It does
Okay.
not.
Oh,
All right.
okay. Okay.
All
Thank you,
the
sir.
best. You're welcome. Soumya ji, go ahead, Soumya.
Hi Rajiv ji, can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah, we actually talked on Monday about my situation.
Oh, I remember your name.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what happened. What's going on?
So yeah, my so I got an RFE on my H1B because my I-94 expired previously in August of 2025 because it was backdated on my
Oh, the
passport.
CBP problem, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Then
Uh,
what happened?
so like right now we are preparing materials to respond to the RFE.
Okay.
And it includes support letters and affidavits, and
Remember,
we
I
are all
told you that you have an I-94 that goes beyond.
yes.
So that's a very good defense, in my opinion.
Okay. Yes. So on that, you also told me that to check the federal archives or anything if we can find anything on USCIS if there is, if there's something explicit, but I couldn't find anything.
No, there
You know.
there is. I was looking for CBP. It won't be in USCIS archives. It could be in CBP frequently asked questions. Okay.
Okay.
I have seen emails from CBP that say, why are you asking us to extend the I-94? You already have one from before, which is still valid.
Yes, and I also got a similar email because I emailed them, and they highlighted that portion that this is not a mistake, and
Yeah.
it's not their
Forward me,
mistake.
forward me that email, Soumya. I collect those emails.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So like I just had a follow up, and we went over that. But like I told you about El Paso CBP,
Mhm.
and there have been these people on Reddit who have been recently going there and
Right.
who are getting their I-94 approved. So I
Right.
wanted to know like, is there any? Do they have any legal basis for them to detain me, or how safe it is?
I'll tell you something, Soumya. I've been practicing immigration law for 36 years. I still don't know everything, and I can still make mistakes. I live in constant fear that I could make a mistake. Because no matter how much you know, this is a lot of this is just local procedures, local um, some things that just don't make sense. I told you, remember on Eagle Pass Bridge, you could pay
Yeah,
$10 and get a new I-94. They did that for years, and then all of a sudden they stopped doing that. Okay.
yeah.
So the answer is I have no idea what they're doing.
I mean, just a follow up. So if I were to go there, and if suppose
My
they
my
update my,
concern is if you were to go there and this happened to somebody, uh, somebody I told, please don't do this. They went and did it anyway, and they had them cross the bridge into Mexico and come back. When they came back, they said, "You can't come back. You don't have any authorization." And then they called me from there. Their employer called me. It wasn't our case. We had to send him to India and get a visa to come back. So, I really don't know what to tell you.
yeah.
Can you try? My concern is if they say cross over to Mexico, I would say, no, 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 I'm not doing that. Okay.
Uh, I think this is within the US itself, so I'm not planning to cross it. It's in the Sentry unit, and it's in the office inside US. The people that I talk
Let
to.
me ask you a
So
question. Why don't
yeah,
you have your lawyers call them or contact them instead of
uh,
you getting in blind?
uh, yeah. It's mostly they don't know anything about it, and it's
No, but
I'm
doesn't hard to ask, no?
yeah,
पूछने में क्या हर्ज है? पूछ तो ले, right?
yeah. I can ask them to do it.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think I would feel a little safer rather than sending you there personally, and I don't know.
Yeah, I just wanted to know, like, if that's an option, and if I get it updated,
I don't know
then
if that's an option because I don't know what they are doing.
okay. Uh, what I just want to know is, if like, is it possible to not reply to the RFE and refile the H1B petition with the updated I-94? Is that how, it, you know?
Again, talk with your lawyers. I don't know the answer to that question. Theoretically, it seems like a possibility, but have you been maintaining status then? So, yeah, it's a complicated question. Can't answer in a 30-second response.
Have you seen any similar cases
The answer
of
is
this?
no, Samya. I would have told you if I did.
Yeah. Would you be willing to, take this case if,
Of course, I'm willing to take any case. If I
okay.
if I can make an argument for you, I certainly would.
All right. Thanks a lot,
Okay.
Rajiv ji. Yeah.
All the best. Ji.
Yeah.
Gargi ji, go ahead, please.
Hello, Rajiv ji. Namaste. Can you hear
Namaste.
me?
Very clearly, Gargi.
Okay.
I
So,
was
Rajiv
changing
ji,
my hearing. I kept twiddling with my sound controls, but I think it's
okay.
some people's speakers. You are very clear. Hanji, go ahead.
All right. So, Rajiv ji, I am being laid off from my job. Similar to Ashish, my last day is on the 30th of this month. Um, Another like context to my situation is that my partner is a US citizen, and
ये
we
partner, business
registered
partner है आपके क्या?
my boyfriend.
अच्छा, okay.
So we registered our marriage last weekend and are planning to file for the green card.
So you are
Uh,
already married.
yes, sir.
फिर how is he your partner or boyfriend? He's your husband.
Correct.
अरे cast of
Indian wedding
character
up
तो
to
ठीक से introduce
हुआ नहीं
करो.
तो it's not registered in my brain,
I
honestly.
said cast of characters तो ठीक से introduce करो.
जी जी. So
So
my
yeah,
husband and I,
that sounds fine.
yeah,
You said you got laid off, right?
correct.
When was that?
This was sorry, this was Monday this week, and my
This.
last day will be on April 30th.
So then you'll have you still have time on your I-94, right?
Um, yeah, so I am on H1B right now, and yeah, sorry. So what I want to understand is
No, no. What I want to understand is
huh,
I want to make sure you've got 60-day grace period. When does
yes,
your
yes.
H1 expire?
It expires in 2028 December.
Okay, so you have 60-day grace period. The reason I'm
Yes.
concerned, Gargi ji,
Mm-hmm.
some people who were out of status and they applied for situation like yours, they applied for adjustment of status. Government tried to deport them, saying, "Are you are out of status. Go to your home country, get a green card, and come back."
Okay.
So under these circumstances, again, it's a very remote chance they haven't been doing it consistently. Maybe you should also apply for a B1. And
Okay.
in the B1, let them know that I've also applied for a green card.
Okay.
But I've been advised by counsel that um, government considers this to be an inappropriate status if you don't have another status, so they consider it to be inappropriate to apply for adjustment of status. So I'm just covering all my bases.
Got it. So I should apply for B1 and start the green card
Yeah.
processing
And
as
they'll
well,
deny
right?
your B1 for sure. They'll say you have a green card pending, you don't need a B1. At least that's another nail in their own coffin, because if you ever end up in trouble, you can bring it to a court and say, look what they're doing. They won't give me six of other or 12, six of one and half a dozen of the other. I'm stuck between these two uh, mutually inconsistent positions. What am I supposed to do?
Got
So,
it.
as a
Mhm.
matter of abundant caution, worth spending that $600-700.
Okay. And then for B1, sorry, I don't know a lot about it, but do I have to go through my employer? Like, what are the requirements for B1?
No, that's a very long discussion. I'll try to put
Okay.
something up. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Where list of things to do gets bigger and bigger. Requirements for B1. I hope I'll be able to do it over the weekend. Okay.
Mhm.
Just watch for my postings on social media like LinkedIn. Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you
Okay.
so much, Rajiv ji.
You're welcome, Ji. Uh, Harmish Ji, go ahead. Harmish.
Hi, Rajiv sir.
Hello, sir.
Um, so I am currently on my H1B with a maxing out date of December 27, potentially recaptured to April 28. My perm is not yet filed.
April
Uh,
28 of which year?
April of 2028, sorry, I meant.
Oh, okay. I thought
Um,
it was 5 days.
no, sorry. And my employer has not yet filed the perm, and they are not confident with the LMTs. But my wife has currently filed her perm, and we are expecting to file her premium I-140 next month. And her H1B extension is also up in this October. So we are also planning to file like an H1B premium bundled with H4 and H4 EAD. So I'm curious if I should do it right now or if I should wait for this standalone filing after a couple of years. The reason I'm not sure to file it right now is because of the possibility of the work authorization gap. So
Got it.
if we file the H1B with H4 and H4 EAD right now, can we file it with a future date of October 1, which would be her H1B start date, or we can also file with like November 15, 6 months from now?
No, you can, as long as you're going to maintain status all the way through.
Okay.
Okay. So you're not laid off, right?
No, no, no.
Yeah. So yeah, you can file effective H4 and H4 EAD effective October 1st.
Not like November 15 if we file on May 15, like not 6 months
You
from
can.
that.
You can. It has to be 6 months ahead.
Okay, okay. And is it possible that they would activate the H4 immediately on approval, or they usually
Anything
honor
is
those?
possible with the government. Keep your fingers crossed and hope that they don't screw up.
Okay.
If
Now
I
I
was your
also.
lawyer, I would put a color sheet on top. Note that the start date for the H4 EAD is this.
Okay, okay. And the reason I'm asking this is that if they activate it immediately, or for example, if they even activate in October 1, the H4, but my EAD has not arrived by October 1,
Okay.
can I do like a border run to Canada and come back on my valid H1B stamp to override the H4 to avoid the work authorization gap?
You have an H1 visa stamp?
I have H1 visa stamp, valid H1 visa stamp.
You do a change of status. Do you have an existing visa stamp? I don't see why not. I don't think you will have a $100,000 problem.
Okay,
But please have that double checked. These days, I'm afraid to tell people anything without double checking it.
okay,
So theoretically possible, practically, let's confirm it.
okay. So basically, my question was like October 1 is the start date. I get the approval in say July. Start date is correct, October 1. But by September 20, I have not received my EAD, and I don't want to lose my work authorization from October 1 due to change of status. I can travel on September 20 and come back on H1B so that my H4
Yeah, the
itself will
answer
not
is
start.
theoretically yes, practically
Okay.
I'd like to double check it.
Okay.
And if you do that, your EAD is gone and your H4 is gone.
Yes. Yes. Then there will be standalone later. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome. Ji. Ritisha or Ritish?
Ritisha, yes, sir. Hi.
यार ये आप लोग नाम कैसे कैसे रखते हो, याद ही नहीं रह सकते कभी कभी।
आपको जो अच्छा लगे आप बुला लीजिए।
मैं तो ठाकुर साहब ही ठीक है।
फिर ठीक है, चलेगा।
All right,
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good, man.
I have a question regarding B2 NOID. So little background about me is like I got laid off from a job in April 2025 and I was on H1B. I filed a timely change of status to B2 in June 2025 before my grace period ended.
Okay.
So currently I have a job offer which is signed and my company has started an H1B like with COS with premium processing. But 2 days back I got a B2 NOID stating that the intent of finding a job is not right and they have like questions about my discretion. Basically, they want to know like if I have evidence of foreign residence and if I have any sufficient financial
This is
documents
standard
for
standard
myself.
B2RF. Yeah, I can literally tell you exactly what they've asked for. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
just standard. And as I told people in the beginning, exactly the same RFEs.
Mm.
B2, you can't look for a job. Applied for an H1B, got a notice of intent to deny or RFE on both H1B and B2. This is standard operating procedure.
Okay.
And in the last week, out of the three that we filed, two were approved, one was denied.
Okay. So basically, I have like few questions. Like, I haven't told my employer yet regarding the NOID. But like, should I tell them before they file the H1B?
Ma'am, you're asking the wrong person. I'm straightforward to the point of being rude. So
Okay.
I say it like it is, and people can take it or leave it.
Okay. Okay. Second question was like, if I like, should I wait to respond to the NOID before H1B or should I do it after the H1B filing is done?
Such a difficult question to answer. Um, you don't have a lot of time, right? They give you 30 days.
30 days, yes. But my H1B would be filed by the like early next week.
Yeah, I have the paperwork ready,
Yes.
and I don't think it matters whether you file before or after.
Okay. And
You're
one
welcome.
last question, Rajiv ji, is like, even if my H1B, like if it gets approved with COS, good. But if it gets approved without COS, I have to do the consular processing, right? That's my understanding. So
Mhm.
would that trigger the 100K fees if I go to
Yes,
India, get it stamped?
yes, it would.
Okay. And one other question, I actually reached out to your office regarding the same, but I haven't heard from them. So if I want to take
We
your
are getting
help,
swamped with these cases, a lot
okay,
of them. Ask Kalpana, Kalpana,
okay,
Kalpana at immigration.com.
okay, sir.
Ask Rajiv asked me to email you. Do you
Okay,
have the bandwidth to take this NOI, notice of intent to deny?
yes, sir.
And this is my deadline.
Okay, okay, sounds good.
Mm.
Thank you so much for answering all the questions.
You're welcome, Ji. All the best.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Dharmit Ji, go ahead, Dharmit.
Hello, Rajiv ji. Thank you so much for doing this.
यार आपकी आवाज भी बड़ी क्लियर आ रही है, क्या चक्कर क्या है? कुछ लोगों की तो बिल्कुल क्लियर आती है. I think it's because you have an Apple device, don't you?
Yes, I do.
वो Apple to Apple अच्छी बात करते हैं आपस में. अच्छा बोलो.
Okay, I have a very quick question regarding the I-797 for the stamping appointment. Do I need to carry the original
No,
I-797?
जरा उसकी लैंग्वेज तो पढ़ो I-797 की. It says clearly in plain English, the employer is supposed to keep the original of the top part of the
Yes.
approval notice and give you a copy, and they are supposed to give you the original of the bottom, which is the I-94, and keep a copy.
Okay, so I do need the original bottom part, right?
Original bottom part तो आप surrender कर दोगे जब बाहर जाओगे तो. So you really need a copy of the approval notice. Now, if the employer wants to give you the original, you can bring it with you. But if the consulate says, "Oh, why don't you have the original?" You can say, "भैया ये लिखा है अंग्रेजी में आती है अंग्रेजी पढ़नी पढ़ ले."
Got it. And also for the re-entry at the port of entry, this is the same.
English में लिखा बाबा. कोई
Okay,
फारसी में लिखा होता तो I can understand. Don't.
got it. Thank you so much, Rajiv ji.
You're welcome. All the best. Vedank ji, go ahead.
Hi, Rajiv ji. Thank you for taking my question.
Another Apple computer.
Thank you. So, Rajiv ji, I was laid off on December 31st, and within 60 days, I was able to secure a job
Very
and I
good.
started working on receipt notice. And now I've got another offer, which they are willing to file the H1B petition
Approve
this
हो
week.
गया क्या? H1B approve हो गया?
No, it's pending.
अच्छा.
A previous H1B is pending, and I'm working on a receipt notice. I do have a paychecks as well as my I-94 is valid.
जी.
But my new lawyer, like the new employer lawyer, they're suspecting that we may end up getting an RFE. So just wanted to understand, like, since
What do
I
you
do
mean
have
by
I-94 valid as well as,
See, they are going to say, look, we are filing the second H1B outside your 60 days. Okay. Therefore, the status or the legality of your second application depends completely on the first H1B getting approved, the bridge petition.
okay.
If the bridge is denied, then the second one is denied. If they send you an RFE, keep your fingers crossed and toes crossed and hope that they give you 87 days to respond. Why? Because if in those 87 days the bridge gets approved, then the second one should be approved.
But bridge is only applied when the I-94 is expired, right? Or
But are you're outside your 60 days, right?
yeah, but no, I'm not outside my 60 days. So within 60 days,
If a second case is filed within your 60 days, then there is no bridge. You're
no.
fine.
So the second case is filed after 120 days because I started my first
Then
job.
obviously you need a bridge, na?
Okay.
क्योंकि 60 दिन तो निकल गए, so then you don't have status anymore.
Okay, but what about the pending petition? So doesn't that count as a status?
No, it's not status. It's hoping for status.
Because I already started on the receipt notice, right? I'm also submitting my pay
That doesn't
slips.
make it status. It's still hoping for status.
Okay, got it.
All right.
I think I'm clear now then.
Yeah, it's sort of like an engagement. शादी नहीं है ये.
Yeah. So do I have to like get my pending H1B approved? Like, shall I do it premium processing or just file the new one?
Yeah, absolutely. If you have that option, go for premium.
Because new one they are filing in a premium processing, so that's the reason.
Problem हो जाएगा, इसको premium करो फटाफट.
Okay, sure.
All the best.
Thank you.
You're welcome, ji. Sumant ji, go ahead, Sumant. Sumant Penmecha. Okay. Prasad ji, Prasad.
Hello, Ji. Can you hear me?
I can. Go ahead, please.
This is my situation. I was as an intern for the company until March 2026. I got my H1B picked in March, and we were hoping to have me on board full time from April 2nd. And my EAD date started from April 2nd. The current situation is the company is willing to afford me from October, not from April. So my concern is, can I work with this company as a volunteer unpaid?
No.
Because the company is
No. Google it. Again, I'm not an expert in labor laws, but I think Fair Labor Standards Act will have something to say about it. You can Google Fair Labor Standards Act, legal or volunteering legal or something like that.
Okay.
Internship legal, something like that. Okay.
Okay.
Number one. Number two, under immigration law, if you volunteer for a job which could be a US worker's job, the government might have something to say about it. That may be a violation of status.
Okay. Also, my EAD started from April 2nd. So my question is like, I'm in my first 60 days of my unemployment. And also my company is like willing to process or file a petition for my H1B.
You are an OPT, na?
Yes.
Okay. So you're an OPT, first year OPT.
Yep.
Okay. And how many days you've been unemployed by now?
Uh, Almost like 20 days.
20 days. So you have 90 days, right? 90
Y-
days for first year OPT and 60 days for the next 2 years.
yes, 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 Ji. So my question is, the company is willing to process or file the petition for my H1B and give me a full time. I mean, like, uh, get me on board from October 1st. Like, do you recommend the company to process this H1B filing petition like within these 2 months?
What choice do they have? They have to, because they can't file after June, right?
Yep. Okay. Also, do I need to work with this company post October 1st? Because in the case, if I find a job right now, if I want to
Yeah,
continue with,
you should. In a perfect world, I would want you to work with the company who sponsored your H1 for a few paychecks after October 1st.
okay, can I also work with the company with which I'm working now, and also with the company who is sponsoring me
You'll
after
have to
October 1st?
do you'll have to do a concurrent H1B.
So
So
you
the
mean
first company files a normal H1B. The second company will file a concurrent H1B.
okay? So you mean the company? I mean the current company has to transfer my
They
H1B to
don't
the
have to
next company.
transfer anything. You can work at two jobs on H1B, provided both employers process a separate H1B for you.
That makes sense. So do you mean the second company has to file H1B in next year?
No, they can file it this year only. Once this October kicks in, they can file a second H1B, concurrent H1B, premium processing.
Okay, I will look into concurrent H1B. I'm not sure about that,
Yeah, look
but
into it.
but yeah, I
Ask
feel
ChatGPT. Everybody asks ChatGPT.
sometimes ChatGPT is like not familiar with the current rules or anything like
Then
these.
you
These are
ask,
the days like
then you ask DeepSeek. If DeepSeek doesn't know, then you ask what is Anthropic's Claude. If Claude doesn't know, then ask Gemini Deep Search. Gemini Deep Search ही बोलते हैं उसको.
that makes sense, but as a lawyer, like you are more expert than any ChatGPT.
At least for a few more years.
Yeah, that answered your questions. It gave me. I mean, I think like I might be having few questions in the future. I can reach back to you in that case. But thank you for like filling the clarity in my answers.
In a couple of years, I'll be looking for a job as an intern. I think I'll become an intern in some kind of a decision sciences field. अभी मैथ
Cognitive.
मेरे को बिल्कुल नहीं आता, but I think I can fake it.
Fake it until you make it right.
And especially with large language models, you can fake anything. All right, G. All the best,
Yep.
Prasadji. All
Keep
right.
good health. Thank you for answering my questions.
You're
Take care.
welcome.
Bye.
You're welcome. Akshita ji, go ahead.
Hi, sir. Good morning. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Actually, just the right time for my question. So, I was
Are you
looking.
looking for an internship?
No, 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 no. I wish I could actually. But I'm in a tricky situation. So, I was looking into a fellowship, and I think earlier in this webinar, you mentioned something which sounded very similar to this fellowship. And while you were talking to Prasad, you also mentioned concurrent H1B. So, what this fellowship was talking about is that they partner with your employer and they get you an H1B for a cap exempt role, and उसके बाद your employer can do a concurrent H1B petition
Yeah.
उस cap exempt पे.
See, the thing is, legally that is allowed, but I
Okay.
don't know how I feel about a company making that a business model. That
And
doesn't sound like a non-profit.
हाँ जी, मुझे भी बहुत शेडी लग रहा था, बट वो बोल रहे हैं कि यूएससीआईएस ने हमें ऑडिट किया है एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट, इवन देन आई थिंक आई एम नॉट वेरी कन्विंस्ड. सो माय क्वेश्चन टू यू इज, अगर मैं खुद से कोई कैप एग्जेम्प्ट रोल
That's
पार्ट टाइम ढूंढ
perfect.
लूँ.
Perfect. I have a client. She is trying to remember. Is she the one with the quantum mechanics background? I think she is. So she was working in a lab in the university on an H1B. That's a cap exempt H1B.
Mm-hmm.
A professor wanted to hire her, so we just got her an H1B. We told the university, because she wanted to work full time for the professor's company, we
Mm-hmm.
told the university to file an amendment down to 10 hours, and she's got 40 hours for her private employer. So
Okay.
they can piggyback without going through the lottery. I think she won the lottery this year.
ओके ओके। तो अगर मैं एक नॉन प्रॉफिट या कोई रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूशन के साथ यू सेइंग
Not
10 आवर्स
non-profit.
का भी
It has to be a non-profit research.
रिसर्च, ओके ओके। सो उनके साथ अगर मैं 10 आवर्स का कोई जॉब ढूंढूं एंड देन उनको वो पहले मनाऊं कि वो कैप एग्जाम डाल दें, देन माय एम्प्लॉयर कैन एक्चुअली पिगी बैक ऑन दैट बेसिकली।
You can have more than 10 hours. We तो अपनी अपनी
हाँ जी, इससे
मर्जी
ज्यादा नहीं कर पाऊंगी तो
what is the gender neutral word for मर्दानगी? पुरुषार्थ, well I don't know. ये तो अपनी हिम्मत पे डिपेंड करता है। अगर आप 60 घंटे
हाँ
70
जी।
घंटे कर सकती हैं, why not?
अगर मैं मिनिमम देखना चाहती हूँ तो मिनिमम 10 के 10 के आसपास होना चाहिए कैप
See,
एग्जाम
it's a
वाला।
sliding scale, Akshita ji. You can have 10 to 20.
ओके ओके ओके, परफेक्ट, दैट इज परफेक्ट। एंड
Yeah.
सर एक क्वेश्चन और
One
पूछना था
thing
कि
though,
मुझे
I'll
लग रहा
tell
है।
you
हाँ
one
जी।
thing. If you put too few hours on an H1B, government can sometimes trigger an inquiry. How are you going to survive on this money? Okay.
ओके।
I have had situations where I had to give actually the cost of bread and butter in my house. I had to tell them, this is what I spend for grocery. This is what I
अच्छा।
spend on my car. This is what I spend on my rent. And because I'm making this much money, that's enough for me.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ जी, आई गॉट इट। माय क्वेश्चन वाज़ कि आई थिंक मेरे लिए कैप एग्ज़ेम्प्ट इन कंडीशंस पे ढूँढना थोड़ा हार्ड होगा एंड मेरी टाइमलाइन थोड़ी टाइट है, मेरा स्टेम ओपीटी एक्सपायर होने वाला है। तो मेरा जो एम्प्लॉयर है वो अगर किसी के साथ ऑलरेडी एफिलिएटेड है, जैसे मेरे एम्प्लॉयर के खुद के कुछ स्कूल्स भी हैं और उनका मतलब एक वेलनेस सेंटर भी है जहाँ पर वो ट्रीट करते हैं लोगों को। अगर ऐसा कोई एसोसिएशन एम्प्लॉयर के थ्रू मिल जाए तो भी मैं ये कर सकती हूँ या
Yeah,
ये आरएफई या कुछ ट्रिगर कर सकते हैं?
here's an interesting thing. So we have a client who is placing system admins at health, no, what is that? Bethesda में कौन सी है ये? I keep thinking National School of Drama. No. So it's a government research organization, right?
हाँ
So
जी।
they place people to work there. And even though the employer is for profit, their
ओके।
jobs are not normally cap exempt. But because where they are placing them, that place is job exempt, cap exempt. So we can file their H1Bs.
ओके 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 ओके, समझ गई।
What is it? NHS? National, what is it?
होमलैंड सिक्योरिटी?
नहीं नहीं, वो तो
नहीं,
होमलैंड
वो तो नहीं होगा। हाँ जी।
नेशनल
NIH, National Institute of Health
NIH,
होगी।
थैंक यू यार, वो बिल्कुल दिमाग से निकल रहा था।
एनआईएच, ओके।
हाँ, NIH, नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ हेल्थ में डाला है उन्होंने बंदों को। And think about it,
ओके
they
ओके
are
ओके।
researchers, they are system administrators, but they are
हाँ
supporting the
जी।
mission of a exempt organization, so their H1B becomes cap exempt.
तो मेरा प्राइमरी रोल तो कंपनी के साथ ही रहेगा, वो तो अलग ही है,
That
मुझे वो
won't
कहीं
that
और
that won't
डालेंगे
help
नहीं।
you. That won't help you.
हाँ
If
जी,
they
बट अगर वो मुझे मैं ये सोच रही थी कि अगर मान लो स्कूल में मुझे 5 या 10 आवर्स मेरा प्राइमरी एम्प्लॉयमेंट हो जाए, उस पे मैं कैप एग्ज़ैम्प्ट ले लूँ एंड देन मैं
that
इनके
is
साथ कॉन्करेंट H1B फाइल
that is
करूँ।
theoretically possible.
ओके। बस लास्ट क्वेश्चन ये था सर, फ्यूचर H1B लॉटरीज में भी सेम एम्प्लॉयर ही नाम डालता रहेगा? पहले भी इन्होंने डाला है और पिक नहीं हुआ, तो कुछ ये ट्रिकी केस बन सकता है, ज़्यादा आरएफई या
Long
डिनायल के
as
चांसेस हो सकते हैं?
as long as the job is genuine, good faith, honest, no
हाँ
issue,
जी।
no issue at all.
ओके ओके, सो ये करते हैं लोग कॉन्करेंट बेसिकली और ये सही है, वो फेलोशिप वाला तरीका सही नहीं होगा बट कॉन्सेप्ट बेसिकली सही है।
I'm not crazy about it. It looks like an organized racket of some kind. I have no
एंड
idea.
सर जिस सो यू नो वो बहुत ज़्यादा चार्ज भी कर रहे हैं, वो $5,000 एक महीने के
ये
ले
तो
रहे हैं,
पक्का
तो
रैकेट है,
एम्प्लॉयर्स
100% रैकेट है।
हाँ तो एम्प्लॉयर्स
Tell
दे भी
people
नहीं
not to
पाएंगे
go
मतलब
with these
इतना।
guys. देखो, this is very
हाँ
dangerous, Akshita.
हाँ जी।
You get caught in this scam kind of a thing, उनका तो कुछ
हम्म,
जाएगा नहीं. You can be barred from entering the United States forever. Not only that,
हाँ
if the
जी,
government wants to get tough, they can send you to prison.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ जी, ओके। नहीं वो तो मैं बिल्कुल नहीं देख रही
I had a
हूँ।
I had a I had a Punjabi client who was, um, despite my advice to him, I said, यार मत करो. वो कहता कोई बात नहीं, सजा हो जाएगी 6-8 महीने, क्या हो जाएगा, बाहर आएंगे तो यूएसए में तो रहेंगे. मैंने कहा भाई साहब ऐसा नहीं होता. When you finish your punishment, जो भी आपकी imprisonment है,
हम्म,
आप गेट से बाहर नहीं निकलोगे प्रिजन के. उसके अंदर ही आपको डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ होमलैंड सिक्योरिटी हथकड़ी लेके लगा के ले जाएगी और जहाज में बिठा देगी, जाओ वापस इंडिया.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
Don't think you'll stay in USA. So please,
Absolutely.
nobody should get involved with these scams.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. Thank you so much. That's why I wanted to check with you, just if the concept is true. But thank you so much. Really appreciate your time, sir.
All the best, ji.
Thank you.
Jai Saab, Jai Ho.
I'm sorry, sir.
Sumanti,
Sumant.
you are here. Go ahead. Jai Saab, 1 second. Sumanti, go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Sumant, how do you say your last name?
Pinmacha.
Pinmacha. Okay. Tell me, how can I help you?
So I am currently on my F1 visa, and I have my H1 picked. My wife is on TN visa. Both of us are Indian born citizen, Indian bonds, and my wife is a
Are you
Canadian.
Canadian citizen as well?
No.
Okay.
I am an Indian citizen, and she is a Canadian citizen working on TN visa, and her H1 is also picked. Moving forward, if our goal is to get a green card and settle in US, would you recommend both of us to file our H1 petitions with our prospective employers, or?
Absolutely. 2 H1Bs, 2 green cards.
Okay.
Absolutely. No question in my mind about it.
And is it usually a problem if, let's say, there is something wrong with her H1B, and if she has to go back to TN, would that? Okay. Thank you, Rajiv ji. Nothing else. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Jai Saab, Jai Ho.
Hello, Rajiv ji. How are you?
Good. Aap batao. What's up?
So my situation is I was let go of from my company, and my end date of employment is 28th April. I talked to you earlier, and you said that it would make sense to directly move to H4 because I can. My wife is on H4, H1. But the thing is, my wife, she would be going through an amendment, but that would be a bit late. I would have to use like at least 5-10 days of my grace period. But if she goes to amendment, it would be a premium. And I was thinking that H4 get bundled up and approved immediately. And I also have one offer, a verbal offer. So I don't know like when it would really materialize and I can like start on H1B again.
Yeah, so the thing is, you can file the H4, and if something materializes on the job front, you can withdraw the H4.
Yeah, so it would make sense to use grace period, right? Previously, I was thinking that I would. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
All the best, ji. Amandeep ji, go ahead. Amandeep.
हाय राजीव जी, कैसे हैं?
Very good, sir.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन एकदम सिमिलर है. किसी ने पूछा था कि मेरा भी ऑलमोस्ट सेम केस है कि मेरा अप्रैल में लेड ऑफ हुआ H1B से. उसके बाद मैंने B2 फाइल कर दिया जून में, लास्ट ईयर ही टाइम पे. मैंने B2 एक्सटेंशन फाइल नहीं किया उसके बाद.
अच्छा.
तो अभी मेरे पास एक जॉब ऑफर है और एम्प्लॉय प्रीमियम प्रोसेसिंग करने के लिए तैयार है, बट मेरे को एक नोएडा आया, मेरे को भी नोएडा आया है 5 पेज का. तो 30 डेज है मेरे पास. मेरा बेस्ट कोर्स ऑफ एक्शन क्या होना चाहिए यहाँ से? और मेरे पास 3 क्वेश्चन है.
I would definitely file a response to the NOID first. That is my priority.
हाँ जी.
Because if that B2 is not approved, having an H1B approved means I have to go get $100,000 fine and get a visa.
हाँ जी.
So I would do both, of course, but my first priority is to get the B2 out.
सही बात है. ऑल्सो के क्योंकि मैं 10 मंथ रह चुका हूँ अभी B2 पेंडिंग पे, ये प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा अगर B2 का, अगर मेरा अगर रिस्पॉन्स एकदम ठीक जाता है नोएड का, तो शुड नॉट बी अ प्रॉब्लम फॉर H1B प्रीमियम.
That's a different problem. So when you filed for a B2, you applied for 6 months only.
Right.
Now you are past those 6 months.
Absolutely.
And you haven't filed an extension on the B2.
हाँ जी.
तो फिर तो आपको अगर B2 मिलेगा भी तो you will already be out of status.
So I should have filed B2 extension.
You should have. Now it may be too late. What you can try to do is two options. You can try to file a B2 extension now and ask for reinstatement non-pro-tunc, saying that it took so long for the B2 to be decided that I didn't even realize I would have to file an extension because the first one was never approved. So please approve this also. And attach a copy of that filing with the response, the NOID response that you are making now. Okay. Why?
This makes sense. हाँ जी.
Because your hope is when they open that NOID, they'll say, okay, we'll approve this case if they are going to, for the 6 months that he asked for. And because he's asked for another 6 months, we will give him nunc-pro-tunc to those 4 months that he is missing. So we can give him a nunc-pro-tunc. They might do that. I mean, in a nice, kind world, that's how it should be.
फिंगर्स क्रॉस्ड उसके लिए. और शुड आई मेंशन कि मेरा जॉब ऑफर का नोइड के रिस्पांस में कि जॉब ऑफर है मेरे पास अभी?
Well, I think you should. Again, sit with your lawyers, figure out what is the best response. Of course, you have to be truthful.
Right.
What you want to bring up, what you don't want to bring up. So I don't know. It's something you've got to decide with your lawyers.
और एक हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन में अगर सीओएस डिनाई हो जाता है तो ऑटोमेटिकली काउंसलर पर जाता है या फिर उसके लिए अलग से अप्लाई करना पड़ता है?
Automatically counselor. Because if
Perfect.
you're, that's for H1B. If you apply for H1B, you don't get change of status. They'll say, we have approved it with counselor processing. वहां पे जाओगे तो बोलोगे वो आपका थैला कहाँ है जिसमें 100,000 है जी.
हाँ, सही बात है.
ठीक है.
हाँ जी.
थैला साथ में रखिएगा. ओके.
वो एक्चुअली सही बात है. वो हम लोग भी पे नहीं कर सकते. प्रॉब्लम है.
I actually have clients who are doing it. I mean, they need people so badly they are willing to pay.
I'll talk to my employee. देखते हैं क्या होता है उससे.
उनसे बोलो कि क्या 100,000? What is 100,000 between friends here? All right. All the best.
Thank you, Rajiv, for this.
You're welcome. Pranita ji.
Hi Rajiv ji, this is Pranita's husband.
अच्छा, Pranita's husband आपका दुसाने है last name? How do you say it? दुसाने.
हाँ, like वो प्रणीता का last name दुसाने. Yes.
हाँ तो कह तो सकते हो, आप इतना क्यों डरते हो?
Yeah. बराबर है. Yes.
Tell me, how can I help you today?
Yeah. So Rajiv ji, I'll just give you an overview, like background. So last I was laid off on 31st January 31st. Or फिर my wife was on H4 and I was on H1B. And then within 60 days, we filed for a change of status to F1 and F2, like F1 for my wife and then F2 for me.
ठीक है.
So March 8 को file हुआ था. We did it from your, like we took services from you, and all were involved, and like
Did we get approval or no?
Yes, we got approval on 13th. Like,
we must be really good at what we do, no?
Yeah, definitely. So we got approval for both on the same day, and we have the approval notices as well. So the start date that we got on the F1 and F2 was May 4th. Because the college
semester is starting on May 4th.
Semester starting on May 4th, yes.
Yeah.
And
I kind of remember this. I remember, I think Anna talked to me about this.
Yes, yeah. और इसमें क्या हुआ कि like my grace period was going to end on March 31st, but as I have an approval before the grace period end, so that gap is not, we don't need to worry about.
There was a gap. If you got a change of status, you are fine.
Yeah, we got the change of status approved. So, और अभी ऐसा है कि like I got a new job and the company is like in the process of filing, everything. Like they're just getting started.
Yeah, that should be straight and straightforward. Shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, like change of status from F2 to H1B, right?
Very straightforward, yeah.
Yes. Or do you recommend filing that after May 4th, or do you recommend we can go ahead with filing for now?
Yeah, we are so close to May 4th. Might as well.
Yeah, because LC और ये सब करना है.
I try to be a practical problem solver. I don't try to think about the theory. अगर ये करेंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा? It's just a week, 10 days more. Might as well get the LC approved, get the papers ready, and then file after May 4th.
Okay, got it. Or any things that I need to keep in mind?
कुछ नहीं. You're fine.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Rajiv ji.
All the best ji.
Yeah, thank you.
अरे ये तो बड़ा लंबा नाम है. आशीष बबीश गंगा रमानी जी. आशीष बबीश गंगा रमानी. अच्छा, प्रखर Prakharji, go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good evening. Oh, good afternoon. Sorry.
Don't worry. Go
Uh,
ahead.
So, sir, question is, I discussed with you, right? I got RFE and then finally I got denial. But the problem is, I was telling to my attorney that they are using different and wrong evidences, like blank files and everything, and because that was also cited by the officer. Now my question is, they have approved three criterias, still they have denied it because of
आपका
wrong
EB1A था प्रखर जी?
EV1A, sir.
अच्छा.
बट अभी क्या है कि अभी ऑलरेडी डिनायल है मेरे पास और अभी 30 डेज का ग्रेस पीरियड भी खत्म होने वाला है बट आई एम नॉट थिंकिंग टू रीफाइल लाइक रिस्पॉन्ड टू दैट डिनायल बट आई वांट टू रीफाइल व्हाट आई वांट टू नो इज कि मैं अगर सेल्फ पिटीशन करता हूं बिकॉज आई हैव एवरीथिंग व्हाट आई नो एंड आई हैव डन एवरीथिंग इन डिटेल इज दिस समथिंग ओके टू डू और व्हाट वुड यू
Absolutely.
सजेस्ट
देखिए, if you know the paperwork that needs to go, and most of us have written long documents.
यस
किसी ने मास्टर्स में लिखे हैं, किसी ने PhD में लिखे हैं, किसी ने काम के लिए लिखे हैं. We know how to present information.
यस
You know what the criteria are. You know what the government is looking for. Um, there's no mystery that I can solve that you cannot. There are fringe issues. Okay, salary offer है तो salary offer कैसे होनी चाहिए. These are fringe issues. They're not present in every EB1A case. I'm not saying that I won't know more law than you do. Okay, but you know more facts than I do. You know your case, right?
yes
So therefore, to answer your question, I think you can do it yourself as long as you file everything truthfully.
truthfully yes that's what I'm
If
more
there is,
important
yeah, if there is an RFE, we can always take over from there.
या अभी तो आरएफपी लॉन्ग हो गया गॉन राइट नाउ ऑलरेडी हैव डिनायल
मैं तो
नोटिस
दूसरी की बात कर रहा हूँ सर. ये एक
जी
RFE once in a lifetime नहीं होता, ये बार बार आती है.
अरे सर मैं ऑलरेडी लाइक आई एम राइट नाउ इन द एंड ऑफ माय H1B getting closer to the end and this October my company has filed the perm it's still pending since last 1 year there is
अच्छा
no update on that
प्रखर जी,
जी
जो
सर
लास्ट I-140 फाइल किया था, कब फाइल किया था?
I-140 for EB1 है
Yeah.
December 2025
और आपका करंट H1B कब एक्सपायर हो रहा है?
October 2026
You know what you could do? I just have this idea.
yes sir
What you could do is, अभी हम जून में हैं. It takes about 6 months for the appeal to be decided.
okay
आपके पास अभी appeal का time है on the EB1A denial?
yes that is ending in 12th of May
एक काम करो. The appeal allows you to ask for 30 days period to file a brief.
okay yes
Make
they have
sure
said
you
it
file the notice of appeal a couple of days before it expires.
okay
And check mark the box, I need 30 days to file a brief.
okay
You prepare the brief. You file it again towards the end of the last week of the 30 days.
okay
Now that brings you from April to May, maybe June. ठीक है, जून तक आ गए ना आप?
जी
You filed in December. The I-140 was filed in December.
yes sir 4th of December
4th of December. But your current H1B is expiring in October, right?
जी
So you could actually have another H1B 1 year, but it will only start in December of this year. 1 year, because even the appeal filing counts towards that time.
okay
So now
what
you can get an H1B extension if your I-140 or perm has been pending 1 year.
yes that my company is already doing it and they are doing it and they were kind enough
I thought you had a problem with that. Then you have nothing to worry about. दोबारा file करके देखो. Let's see what happens.
okay
All
right good
Any
all right
questions?
sir so and so last question sir sorry Is this let's say my जो मेरा current attorney है, because he realized वो उन्होंने काफी mistake किया वो document update करने में, जबकि उनको बहुत clearly बोला था ये document गलत लगा रहे हो आप। उन्होंने बोला हम ठीक कर देंगे, फिर भी उन्होंने गलत फाइल कर दिया, ब्लैंक कॉपी फाइल कर दिया, और फिर ऑफिसर ने मार्क भी किया। अभी मैंने जब उनको वापस से उनको बोला कि यार तो आपने गलती कर दिया, लाइक यू मेड दिस मिस्टेक, इट वाजंट मी, इट वाज यू, एंड दैट दे हैव साइड, they are trying to refile. They're saying like we'll refile it. We are working on it. We will do the refiling and we will not charge you anything. Now, if I do self-filing and they also file it, will it like contradict, or can we do it to?
Why don't you let them file? आप क्यों कर रहे हो फिर?
Oh, okay. No, no, because मेरे को तो trust चला गया उनके ऊपर से. That's the problem.
देखो, I've been practicing for 36 years, okay?
Sir.
And we do so many reviews. हमारे ऑफिस में गलती हो जाती है, हमसे गलती हो जाती है. I had a case denied last year because one of my colleagues who wrote the check, instead of writing 2025, he wrote 2028. पता नहीं दिमाग में क्या था उसके.
Okay.
चेक में गलती से 2028 लिख दिया, वो चेक ही वो सारा केस ही डिनाई हो गया हमारा. That
No.
can happen.
That I'm totally okay, because sir मैं तो मेरी लाइफ ही पूरी गलतियों से बनी हुई है, मैंने बहुत सारी गलती की लाइफ में, and I'm very happy to like even let people go to make mistakes, but when I've said twice and thrice, that too with a written communication, that yes, this is a mistake, please correct it, this is a mistake, please correct it, and still this guy has made the same mistake.
आप काम क्यों नहीं करते? You just tell them nicely, देखो आप मेरे लिए फ्री कर रहे हो, I appreciate it, but I want some changes made in the petition. This is what I want changed, and this time before you send it, I want to see the PDF package.
Yeah, I did that last time also, and जो उन्होंने दिखाया versus जो उन्होंने भेजा, उसमें गलती कर दिया. अभी मैं क्या बोल सकता हूँ सर? But anyhow, I think
even if they make a mistake, you'll get an RFE. Let them do it. Don't do it yourself.
Okay. All right, sir.
All right?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. All the best.
Hi, Rajiv ji.
Ashish
Ashish
Babish
Gangaramani.
Gangaramani जी.
Yes. Yes sir,
आपका
वो
नाम इतना
मेरा
भारी भरकम क्यों है आशीष जी?
नहीं सर, वो मैंने मेरा मतलब लास्ट नेम और मिडिल नेम भी डाला है तो yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Tell me.
yep. Hi Rajiv ji, thank you for doing this. Actually, I had filed for my pre-OPT on December 3rd with the premium processing, and
You mean
I have
pre-completion OPT?
yes, that's right, that's right. Uh, but I have not yet received any decision on my case, even with the premium processing. It has been like more than 4.5 months, which is their like beyond their standard processing times as well. So actually, my employer had to terminate me because of this, because they were not able to get that document, and they are ready to reinstate me once I get this approved with me. And this currently my timelines are I'm graduating in August, and I had applied up until then because they were willing to offer me a full time. So basically they were bridging a gap between my graduation period and while I was studying, so that I am with them. So in this case, what can I do to for from the USCIS to make them a decision, since I had filed for this premium, uh I have already lost the money as well, and yeah, I have no clarity on that.
So Ashish ji, I'm not clear about what happened. You filed for pre-completion OPT.
Yeah, yeah.
And what did the government do with the case? What is bothering you?
Nothing yet. That's the problem. Like they have not even looked at the case. They have not given me any decision. They have not
You filed it
given me.
premium.
Yeah, that's right. I had the receipt number and everything.
They have 30 business days, right?
Yeah, and that ended in end week of January.
So you can send them. They have a procedure. I believe. Just look up the procedure. First of all, they should refund your premium processing fees.
I have talked to USCIS regarding this, and they have also filed an inquiry of a refund inquiry. but they say that up until they do not have any decision on my case, they cannot refund that fee. So I have to wait.
ये तो आपके बच्चों को मिलेंगे पैसे ये वापस. So
That's okay. Right now, I just if I can do anything from my end to push them to make a decision,
why don't you
that would
contact your
be.
congressman's office?
I did. I
यूजर
did actually.
जी यहाँ पर
Hello.
Hi. Yeah.
मेरी गाड़ी यहाँ पर थी ये हाईलैंडर
अरसलान क्या हुआ गाड़ी को यार? अरसलान की गाड़ी खराब हो गई. अच्छा भाई आशीष जी,
Yeah.
कांग्रेसमैन क्या बोलता?
अभी मैंने उनसे मतलब 2 weeks हो गए उनको इंक्वायरी रेज किए हुए. आई स्टिल हैव नॉट हर्ड बैक फ्रॉम देम. आई एम वेटिंग फॉर देयर रिस्पॉन्स ऑफ देयर इंक्वायरी.
हाँ तो बस वो कांग्रेसमैन के साथ फॉलो है. कांग्रेसमैन के लिए भी कोई कांग्रेसमैन और चाहिए.
Yeah, I mean, उनके तो ऑफिसेस में I guess interns on their behalf they make an inquiry.
Yeah.
That's what I.
Well, that's all you can do. बाकी तो भैया और तो क्या ही कर सकते. ठीक है, वेट
Okay.
करो. All right.
Okay. Since I also one question, since I would be graduating in August, I my DSO says me that I need to withdraw this application, and within 1 month they can issue me the OPT,
Yeah, what
I-20.
is it, 60 days before you graduate?
Yeah, 90 days before I
लेकिन
graduate.
आशीष, if you
Yeah.
withdraw, they should still pay you back. Yeah, I think so. I think that is also an option. आप एक काम क्यों नहीं करते? Wait another couple of weeks for the congressman. If it doesn't work, think about withdrawing and filing it as post-completion practical training.
Like the new application, right? New OPT.
New application,
Okay.
post-completion practical training, a premium
Okay.
processing. Okay.
Okay. I'll need to check if I can do premium processing. But yeah, definitely let's see how timelines line up with it.
Yes. All the best. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rajiv.
You're welcome. Ji. Deepak ji, go ahead. Deepak. Deepak.
Hello, Rajiv sir. Can you hear me?
I can. Go ahead, please.
Thank you so much, sir, for doing it.
Of course. अरे शक्ल दिखा दी. How are you?
सर हमें आपको शक्ल दिखाने में हमेशा मेरा मन करता है, मतलब जो है कि तो सर मैं आई थिंक आपसे मैं पहले एक बार बात कर चुका हूँ रिगार्डिंग दिस मैटर कि मेरा ओवन वीजा है वो अभी मतलब हमें फेब में स्टेटस मिला ओवन का 2028 तक वैलिड है और अभी H1 पिक हो गया है इस वाली लॉटरी में.
Get the H1 done.
यस तो अभी सर एम्प्लॉयर चेंज ऑफ स्टेटस के लिए बोल रहा है बट मेरे फैमिली में कुछ ऐसा है कि उधर वो फादर बोले कि नहीं तुम्हें अगस्त में सितंबर में आना ही आना है इंडिया. तो अभी मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है सर कि अगर H1B चेंज ऑफ स्टेटस फाइल हो जाए दो सिनेरियो में या तो वो अप्रूव हो जाए या अप्रूवल के पहले हो जाए बट मैं सितंबर में जाना चाह रहा हूँ तो क्या वो H1B मतलब जो है चेंज ऑफ स्टेटस फाइल वो डिक्लाइन होगा और वो काउंसलर के लिए जाएगा.
सुनो, here is the problem. बाबा तो आप चेंज नहीं कर सकते, वो तो फंस गया आप.
यस
जो बाप है वो है.
यस सर. यस सर.
उनको समझाइए, उनको देखिए, उनको बोलिए कि मैं आ तो जाऊं लेकिन 100,000 है आपके पास तो बता दो.
वो उनका तो है कि तुम वापस ही आ जाओ, तुम यूएस से, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. उनको ही डजंट केयर्स एनीथिंग कि व्हाट इज हैपनिंग हियर. तो मेरा सर ये क्वेश्चन था कि जैसे इन केस अगर वो इवन दो H1B अगर वो काउंसलर के लिए चला जाता है जब हम यूएस लीव करते हैं तो क्या मैं ओवन जो मेरा अभी वैलिड स्टेटस है और वीजा है मेरे पास, क्या मैं उस पे अंदर आ सकता हूँ यूएस के?
Because you would not have received a change of status.
Yes, technically मतलब जो है
नहीं बिल्कुल technically नहीं, really भी. If the job is open to you,
yes,
you can come back using the O1 approval and the O1 visa that you are.
Yes, I have that. तो वो यानी वो जो H1B जो काउंसिल जो फाइल किया था चेंज ऑफ स्टेटस के लिए वो डिक्लाइन होकर के चला जाएगा फॉर काउंसलर.
What they are doing these days is if you apply for H1B counselor, I think the USCIS will say give me $100,000.
ओके नहीं जैसे अगर एम्प्लॉयर ने चेंज ऑफ स्टेटस के लिए फाइल किया अभी जून 30 पे और फिर मैं चला गया
अबैंडन कर दिया आपने.
अबैंडन कर दिया.
Then it should be sent to the consulate and the consulate should ask you for 100,000 if you go for H1 visa.
ओके बट अगर उसके बाद मैं ओवन पे अंदर यूएस में आ गया लेटर,
that does not impact your H1B.
तो वो अगर तो फिर लेटर ऑन दोबारा से एम्प्लॉयर ये चेंज ऑफ स्टेटस के लिए फाइल कर सकता है H1B के न्यू पिटिशन डाल सकता है यूजिंग द
I think they can.
एंड दे कैन यूज द कैप एग्जेम्प्ट फाइल इट फॉर कैप एग्जेम्प्ट
Not cap, yeah, because you're already
यस
done the lottery.
यस 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 सो इट इज पॉसिबल. और सर एक फॉलोअप क्वेश्चन ये है कि अगर ये मीनवाइल मतलब जो है October 1 के बाद जैसे वो H1B मेरा चला गया फॉर काउंसलर, बट मैं O1 यूज करके मैं अंदर आ गया यूएस में. अब अगर मैं जॉब चेंज करता हूं और अ न्यू एम्प्लॉयर ट्राइज टू फाइल माय H1B चेंज ऑफ स्टेटस आफ्टर October 1 से दिसंबर में, तो कैन दे यूज इट यूजिंग द H1B कैप
Don't
एग्जाम?
use that. Don't do that. Try to activate your H1B within the fiscal year for which it was meant.
ओके ओके
ठीक है.
ओके बट
उसके
फॉर
बाद
श्योर
भी transfer कर लेना.
ओके बट फॉर श्योर मैं O1 यूज करके मैं अंदर आ सकता हूँ.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
ओके
I think so.
ओके थैंक यू सो मच सर. थैंक यू. बहुत बहुत अच्छा लगा सर. थैंक यू.
पिताजी को प्रणाम कहिएगा.
थैंक यू सर. आपको सर मेरी तरफ से आपको प्रणाम सर. मतलब
आप तो वाकई बात है यार.
सर ही डजंट केयर्स एट ऑल. मतलब उनका कभी वो मेरा यूएस भेजने का मन नहीं था. अभी मैं उनको यहाँ की प्रॉब्लम बताता हूँ, वो कहते हो तुम बस प्रॉब्लम ही बताते हो एंड मतलब व्हाई डोंट यू कम बैक मतलब जो है, तो
जब
उनको
वहाँ
मैं
पे
कुछ बोल ही नहीं
मैं
सकता.
इंडिया नहीं आता, वहाँ मोदी जी बहुत डांटते हैं.
राइट सर राइट सर.
हमारे लिए ट्रम्प ठीक है.
ट्रू सर.
All right. All the
थैंक यू
best.
सो मच सर. थैंक यू.
You're welcome. Bhavesh ji, go ahead. Bhavesh. Bhavesh.
Yes, Rajiv ji. I hope you are doing well. Can you hear me clearly?
All good ji, all good. Yes. Go ahead, please.
So I have a few questions about this. Is for my wife, right? We filed for her H4 and change of status, H4 change of status and EAD concurrently. The first question here is: are both the cases the timeline for both the cases? Is it does the clock start when USCIS issues both notices, or does the clock for EAD begin after the H4 change of status is approved?
Which kind of EAD is it?
H4.
H4.
So change of status to H4 plus EAD application filed concurrently.
Yeah, the timing should begin. So if you look at the way they have put down the processing times, there are two separate options. One is for H1B, H4 itself. The other one is H4 plus EAD.
Plus EAD, yes.
So when you do H4 plus EAD, I think it was 7.5 months.
Okay.
When you do H4 by itself, it was close to 9 months. I think it was a little bit more. Okay. So the question is, when does that time begin? And I think it begins from the date of the receipt.
For both the cases, right? They issue two separate notices.
But they'll have the same date.
It's a little bit different. The EAD one was issued first. The H4 one was issued after.
My best guess would be it would be that, because remember, they can't issue the EAD without the H4 approval.
Correct.
Okay. So that said, I would think, this is my guess, I have no other way of knowing it. I would guess that the H4 must be approved before the EAD can be approved.
Okay.
So that's the time you should be looking at. Look at the receipt of the H4.
But if the timeline today says 6 months for both of them, then it is the combined timeline for H4 and EAD both.
Yeah, but if they have different dates, then which timeline should be used? That's the problem, no?
Well, the thing is, for both the cases, if you go any route, whether you check H4 and plus EAD filing, or whether you check EAD based on H4 filing, the timeline is the same on the USCIS case processing website.
Okay. So the answer is, I have no idea what they are going to do, but I can only guess. Of course, we know they can't approve EAD without the H4.
Okay.
So whoever is the slowest member of the class will be the one keeping you behind.
Right. That makes sense. Okay. Next question, sir. I have a couple of more questions. I'll make it quick. So now the thing is, USPS has lost the mail for H4 change of status notice.
Chalo.
So how do we inform the DSO? Because we are going from F1 STEM OPT to H4 change of status plus EAD.
You have the receipt, right, of the H4?
When you say
H4 EAD, sorry, H4 EAD का receipt है ना आपके?
Correct. हाँ, वो आया है.
You can show them the receipt and say, भैया वो दूसरा तो मिला नहीं, पर ये receipt तो है.
Okay. Thank you. And the last question is, I don't know if you know this or not, but do you have cases for, have you filed cases for H4 and EAD to Texas Center recently?
And do you know the timeline for that?
Team will know. मेरे को तब बुलाते हैं जब कोई legal issue होता है.
Okay. Okay, sir. Got it. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
All the best ji. All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sai Prashant ji, go ahead. Sai Prashant.
Namaste, Rajiv ji. Thank you so much for this session. So I have a pending B2 after layoff on H1B. I just wanted to confirm what I was thinking. I'm planning to exit the US in 2 to 3 weeks. There's no update on the B2. It's just I needed that authorized stay to take care of my mother for a bit. So is there anything that I have to do? Like, do I have to write to USCIS after I exit the B2? And I was on H1 before with the I-94 valid till November
Did
2028.
you apply online or by mail?
Online.
So what you do is, once you exit and get to India,
Uh-huh.
Get yourself some biryani and log
Yeah.
into your portal where
Mhm.
you have filed your application and withdraw it.
So just like in the sense, write a formal letter saying, "Sir, ma'am, please cancel
They should
this."
have a procedure without a letter also, but if letter is required, yeah, go ahead and upload that.
Okay, and that's basically it. I don't need to do anything beyond that, right?
Nothing more than that.
And do I need to drop off that paper I-94 when I exit the US from the
I think
H1B?
so. I've never really thought of all the mechanics, but I
Uh-huh.
believe you do, because I remember once we had to have the I-94 mailed to the government because the guy forgot to surrender it.
Oh, okay. So should I just ask the gate agent then whenever I
Yeah,
exit?
just say, hey, here's my I-94, Baba, le lo bhai.
Okay, sounds good. And I'm going for a higher degree program in the US later, so I'm going for my F1 stamp again. This has the pending B2 doesn't have any like negative connotation over there, right? Because I've followed the
I
law,
hope
done
not.
everything
I
right.
don't think so, because this is not a hobby B2. You had no choice. I
Yeah.
think.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I just wanted to confirm that. But thank you so much for your help. And
You're
it's
welcome.
chaotic 4 months, but thank you for all your advice and guidance. I'm just so grateful to you, sir.
Of course, my pleasure. All the best, and all
Thank
the
you.
best with mom.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
राम जी, आपका हो गया था कि कुछ रह गया? Have we talked? Ram? Hello, Ram. Hey, Ram. Okay. Akriti ji, go ahead. Akriti.
Hello, Rajiv ji.
Hello.
So my situation is I currently got laid off, and currently I'm on H1B, and it is expiring in November 2027. So I don't have any extensions left.
Okay.
I have like 40 days to find a job. My question is, like, should I convert to H4? Like, I have a spouse who is on H1, and should I convert to H4 or B1? What should be my best
H4.
choice?
H4.
H4?
The downside of H4 is it is taking well, but even the B is taking so long. So yeah, H4. Go for H4.
Uh, like, what are the downsides with B1?
It can get denied.
Okay,
H4 का deny होना is very difficult.
okay. And if I get a job, can I withdraw the application
No,
for?
because once the 60-day grace period is over, if you withdraw, you're out of status.
But if I get a job within the 60 days?
Then there is no issue. Then you can withdraw.
Okay. And also, like, if I get a job within the 60 days, and uh, my employer has to file for I-140 and the green card, like, is it a risky situation because my visa is expiring in November 2027? So what
आपके
is like the
husband का
deadline?
I-140 is approved or not?
No.
Well, tell him to get moving, because one of the ways out of this could be when the H1B is over, you convert to H4 EAD, but your green card can still go on, no issue.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All the best, Ji.
Thank you.
Zoom user. Zoom user.
Hello, sir. My name is Vasavi.
नाम तो बदल लेते यार.
Sorry, I didn't know how to enter it when I entered the call. Apologies.
All right. You said your name is Asavi.
Vasavi.
Vasavi. Okay. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. How can I help you?
Sir, I am on a H1B working for my employer, which is valid until June 2028. My husband is on a H4 visa, also valid until the same time, June 2028. We want to travel to Canada for 2 to 3 weeks to visit my family. That's there. The only caveat that we want to the only caveat we want to make sure is I filed a DS-160 and a visa appointment around this time last year to attend the interview this year. But my employer basically ended up saying, don't risk going for the visa appointment because of the TCN rule. So we canceled the appointment. I suppose the DS-160 is still in the system. So we just want to make sure.
That can be a problem for automatic visa revalidation. Because I've heard from somebody just a month back, like you, they filed the DS-160 and they withdrew it. When they were coming back, they were denied entry because they said, it doesn't matter if you withdrew it. The law says if you have applied for a visa, you can't get AVR.
Oh, even if we don't attend the visa interview?
That's what this guy told me. I don't know
Okay.
about anything beyond that. So one of the things you can do is you can contact Customs and Border Protection. And you can email them. And you can say, okay, this is my situation. Am I entitled to AVR? And if they say yes, you are, keep a copy of that email. And before you cross at the border, are you driving or are you flying?
Planning to drive.
If before you cross over, you try to find out, are they going to let you come back? Are they going to create a problem for you?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, ji. All the best.
Thanks.
Harsh Gupta ji, go ahead.
Hello, sir. Thank you so much.
Shakal. How are you, Harji?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Majjama bhai. What's up? Boliye.
So actually, sir, I reached out to you sometime back, and I got laid off under H1B in August of 2025.
Acha.
And within the 60 days grace period, we applied for the B2 change of status.
Good.
In January, I got the RFE for B2, and then in February, it got denied. And now, in the middle of all this fiasco, I got another job who did my H1B premium processing, and they also got an RFE because of the B2 RFE. So once my B2 got denied, I kind of left. I exited the country within the next week and a half immediately to ensure कि आगे कुछ पंगे ना पड़े essentially.
Right.
So I am in Dubai now. That's where my current residence is. And now have an opportunity to come back on the F1 visa as a graduate student at Cornell University.
Good.
So now अब मेरे को ये चीज़ समझनी है कि once I'm coming on F1, like immigration visa stamping के time, is there some pitfall which I can assume कि I'm assuming two चीज़ें जो दिमाग में आ रही है मेरी. एक है कि नॉन इमिग्रेशन इंटेंट शो करना कैसे इंपॉर्टेंट है, एंड दूसरा है कि अगर तुम्हारा H1B वीजा था, how would you kind of showcasing कि you don't have an intent to immigrate? You know what I mean?
So you can tell them that if you look at your own standard operating procedures, and I talked to a lawyer who told me this, that it lays out certain accommodations for students. Number एक, students hardly know what they're doing. आप उनसे ये नहीं पूछ सकते कि आज 6 महीने के बाद क्या करोगे, 8 महीने के बाद क्या करोगे.
Right.
And two, the same SOP also says, just because the student has filed I-140, which you haven't even done, even if you had filed I-140, I think it says that it should not be your F1 should not be denied. So here's what I want you to do. आप कंप्यूटर के ऊपर टाइप करो सर्च बार में फॉरेन अफेयर्स मैनुअल स्पेस F-1. हिट करो इसको. Do you see a FAM entry?
Yes. 402.5.
आ गया वॉल्यूम 9 FAM.
Yes.
इसको पढ़ लो, आपको पूरा ज्ञान हो जाएगा.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. And एक और चीज मेरे को आपसे ये पूछनी थी कि once
Now, don't try to act smart with the counselor, with the visa officer.
not the
जैसे
intention,
मैं पढ़ के आया था, मुझे किसी लॉयर ने कहा था कि देख लो, तो
right?
I
No,
just
that's not
saw
the intention. I mean, the intention is to be very honest in the
yeah,
interview because एक तो I'm in Dubai and also embassies are closed, तो India जाना पड़ेगा. And
yeah.
India में rejection rates are through the roof right now, as you might know. So,
Well, I know.
so,
ठीक है.
so just another thing I wanted to ask is that एक बार like once I graduate, I can still do the H1B transfer, right?
Sure.
And let's say कि मेरा F1 deny हो जाता है for any XYZ scenario, then what other ways would you recommend for me to come back into the US? Obviously, the 100K is probably difficult more on that side.
आजकल कौन सा पॉपुलर है, शादी.com के कोई और है?
शायद My जीवन साथी or something.
myjeevansathi.com is the way to go then. नहीं नहीं,
Okay.
सीरियसली. देखो, अगर पैसे हैं गुप्ता जी, क्योंकि ऐसा कौन सा गुप्ता है जिसके पास पैसे नहीं होते, ठीक है? तो consider option of investment. It's not a bad option,
Okay.
especially if you invest in those expedited approval programs,
Okay.
जो कि infrastructure programs वगैरह होते हैं, तो look worth looking into.
Right.
And that's something to think about. और तो फिर वही F1 H1 होते हैं. हाँ, if you are interested in starting your own business, तो उसके basis पे eventually L1 भी किया जा सकता है if the business takes off. After
Okay.
1 year, you can get an L1 and come. So those are some of the options.
Okay, got it. And sir, एक और चीज which I was trying to understand. So I was actually a distance learning student at Cornell before when I was on H1B. And now I have only one semester of my degree left, which I'm essentially the main goal is to complete that because I don't want to waste the degree, right? So under that, would that be, I'm assuming, a point of scrutiny as well during the appointment or something that you can advise me ki
If
something?
anything, that shows your seriousness as a student.
Okay. Okay.
If anything, I consider that to be a factor positive in your favor.
Okay. Makes sense.
क्योंकि मेरे को कोई, I had no compulsion to study.
Right.
I was on an H1B. I had no need to study. The reason I
Right.
studied is because I am a student. I'm a bona fide, genuine student.
Right. Makes sense. Makes sense. No, that makes a lot. And sir, final question. Thank you so much for everything that you're giving me. Just one more thing. So the employer which I got after I got laid off, जो उनका H1B RFE आया था, I told them to withdraw that petition. And right now, जो USCIS पे है, it still shows a status update as requesting further evidence. The request for further evidence has been sent. So what do we do about that? Do I contact the USCIS or what can we do regarding that?
You can send, ये H1B है ना आपका, क्या
Yes,
पेंडिंग है?
sir. H1B, premium processing H1B.
हाँ, तो प्रीमियम प्रोसेसिंग तो ईमेल डाल सकते हो. You can't, but your
Email.
employer and your lawyer can.
Okay, because my employer has sent that email, but
एक और
it's
ईमेल भेज दो, आपको सीसी कर दो उसके अंदर.
okay. Sounds good. ठीक है. And I'm assuming I need to take that copy during my visa interview as well.
Just keep it, yeah, in case
Okay.
you need.
Yep. And sir, one final question. जब DS-160 में एक question आता है कि have you ever been denied a visa? Do we actually say the B2 change of status is a denial in that category?
No, first of all, your change of status was never denied. You left before it was denied.
No, it got denied, then I left.
Oh yeah, B2 wala. Does the DS-160 ask only about visa or change of status also?
It just says visa.
Visa तो वही होता है जो consulate देती है. So your
Okay.
visa was never denied. Your change of status was denied.
Okay, perfect.
If there is a question that says, has your benefits request been denied, or has your change of status been denied, or any status request has been denied, then you have to say yes. But for visa, you say
Perfect.
no.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you
All
so
the
much,
best,
sir.
ji.
Really appreciate it.
Gupta ji.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Ram, can you hear me, Ram? Oh. Okay. Harsh ji. Oh, Harsh to ho gaya. Mohit ji, go ahead. Mohit.
Rajiv, thank you for taking the call. This is for my best close friend.
Okay.
Next month, the filing chart date shows that as per the final action date.
Yeah, they've gone back to final action. Yes.
That does that mean he can't if it come to next month, can't
Okay.
he not apply for EAD, AP and 485 unless the final action date is current?
That is correct. So the way it works is around the 15th, let's say we are in April now, around 15th of April, they told us what they are going to do all through the month of May.
Yes.
May 15th, they tell us what they are going to do all the way from June 1st to what, 30, January, March, April, whatever, June 30th or June 31st, whatever the number of days is. So they'll tell you the next month 15 days ahead. So you have to prepare for that, and you can file if your dates are current any day of that 30 or 31 day period.
So is it AP EAD 485 is always together, or would
Not
be there be any
necessarily.
situation?
Not necessarily. 485 is the most important one. So think about it this way. You have the first floor of the building, which is 485. Second floor is EAD. Third floor is advanced parole. You can survive with just the first floor. But if you want to travel, you want an advanced parole. If you want to work, you want an EAD. Okay.
Okay, so now the date is still April. We have one more week,
Yeah,
so
if
we
you can
can
get it filed this month, that is the right thing to do. And you can file the 485 now. You can file the other forms later also.
Oh, okay. We can file 485 now, and we can file
Wait
AP
for the receipt
EAD
and then file EAD and advance parole.
for next month or whatever it is. E- Even though the final action date
Yeah.
chart is
Yeah, I
recommended.
believe so. Double check that. I don't think you have to wait for ancillary applications to be for the dates to be current to file the ancillary applications.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
All
Thank
the
you.
best, Chief. Ram, can you hear me? Ram, did you have a question? All right. Vijay? Vijay?
Hello, Rajiv ji. Good
Hello.
afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So my question is very similar to some of the other people who got laid off. I'm right now in my grace period, and I heard your advice, file for B1, not B2.
Mhm.
So I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to also mention that I'll be doing job search. But my question is, should I highlight that as my primary purpose or secondary purpose? I can maybe say primary purpose is like going to tech conferences, some tech events happening, and secondary purpose is job search.
I think you should be honest. Okay. You should be straightforward that, look, I'm going to look for a job. And I
Yeah.
understand that the government doesn't like B2s, but B1s are as close as you can get to a business visa. Because on a business visa, what are you allowed to do? You can look for opportunities. You're allowed to negotiate contracts. You're allowed to even sign contracts. You're not allowed to do business until you have proper authorizations. And that's exactly what an H1B is.
Yeah. So, but it doesn't hurt to mention both, right? Also going to tech events, tech.
If it is the truth, yes. If it is not the truth, I wouldn't. And if your primary purpose is looking for a job, which is true for most people, I would be upfront about it. Deny karte hain, kar de, but that is the truth.
Okay. And when I apply, what like documents are like the most important? I know that for B2, it's like ties to home country and everything. For B1, it's still like.
They can ask
Uh,
similar documents. Just provide a cover letter that explains what you are trying to do.
oh, okay.
You can't
Will I-1?
anticipate. You can't anticipate what they are going to send you.
Yeah, right. Will approved I-140 be a problem? It just got approved.
I hope not. Who knows?
Okay. Also, like one last question. I have a Canada PR. So instead of like, if should I mention that I have a Canada PR and I will leave and go to Canada in case I don't after the period of like B2 B1 ends?
You can. I don't see it as a negative point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. One last question, sir. While filing online, there is usually no option for H1B. There's
So
H1B1.
I tell people to take a screenshot of the drop down list
Mm-hmm.
and put in broad letters, bold letters, or the idiots don't know how to set up a simple widget. Okay. And
Okay.
you want, Don't do that. Just point out
No, no,
that
yeah, yeah.
there's no option for an H1B. So I've selected, based upon advice of lawyers, selected the least incorrect option.
Okay, so still online filing is valid that way.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. This is a
Okay.
non-issue. It has existed for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm wondering why they're not fixing it.
it is so easy to put
Exactly.
an item in a drop-down list. So,
Yeah.
and it's not like
Okay.
it has a trigger of some kind. It's triggering something big in the back. It's basically just a data entry. So,
Yep.
but it is what it is. All right.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. These were all my questions.
You're welcome, Ji. All the best. Amulya Ji, go ahead.
Thank you.
Amulya.
Yes, hello, Rajesh, sir.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah. So, sir, so currently I'm on OPT and it will expire on May 11th. And coming to my spouse, H1B is valid till September 30, 2026. So here we are applied for premium processing for H1B extension along with concurrent filing H4 EAD on April 20, 4 days back. So we requested the H4 start date from May 12th. So my question is, if I don't receive a receipt number or anything before May 11th, can I stay legally in US or it is better to apply for STEM OPT?
No, no. I actually normally I would also apply for a second status just in case something goes wrong. But H4 is difficult to lose. I mean, it should work.
Okay, because my job is gonna end by this month, May. So is
But
what
see,
is
Amulya ji, if you have
Yep.
filed the H4, then job comes, goes, who cares?
Okay. Yeah, file for H4 on April 20. So I don't know whether I'm going to receive the receipt number before May 11th or not.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't
As
matter.
long as it has been filed.
Yes.
Filing means you had it in the hands of the USCIS with the proper fees. That's it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
All the best, Amulya ji.
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ram, are you back? Okay, don't know what's going on. Devang ji, go ahead.
Hi, sir. I spoke with you last week regarding my situation. I got laid off last year, and within 60 days period, I applied for the compelling EAD. Since I
Oh,
had my
yes.
140,
Yeah.
yeah, so I had my 140 approved around 8 years back in 2019 from that employer.
Okay.
So now I'm in the still waiting on my EAD. About 10 months have been passed, and I'm hoping to get it. But once I get it, can I independently pursue this green card process? Since 140 is approved, I had to go through the consular processing, or do I still need any support from my prior employer?
What was your I-140 based on? Perm application?
Yes.
I am not aware of any way to do it independently. I don't think there is a way. At least I don't remember reading anywhere. I think you still have to go through some process, whether another employer starts your green card all over again, or EB1 or NIW. I don't see how you can do it yourself.
Okay. Why I'm asking, sir, because when I was reading,
Please double check it, because I haven't looked at. I have only filed 2 compelling circumstances EADs because I think it's a lousy option for most people. And in both of them, next year we converted them back to H1B. They had to go get a visa stamp. But we never proceeded anybody to the completion of green card. So I don't remember I don't think there is a next step. It only gets you EAD temporarily. You still have to go through the green card process.
true, right? You are right, sir. It gives 1 year increment EAD. Like every year, you need to apply.
Until
And
the base
since
payment.
I'm very close to priority date, so it says if you are within the 1 year period of the priority date, you don't need to represent the compelling reasons. You will get the automatic renewal
I
1 year
don't
every
remember.
year.
Yeah, I don't remember all the details, but yeah, there are
Okay.
certain things there. But the point that you and I are discussing, Devangji, is can you get a green card on your own, or do you need an employer? I think you need an employer.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so because why I'm asking, sir, one of the things it says in the USCIS is that change of or adjustment of status, since you cannot file 485, you can inform USCIS if you are working on EAD, compelling EAD, that you need a consular processing, and then you can go and get your green card through the consular processing.
Yeah, but the question still is, do you need an employer? Do you need a job offer from the same employer who did your POM? That is the question.
Right. So I assume like they knows okay, it is compelling EAD, so he can be working for any employer.
I don't know I don't think it's that straightforward, sir. Law hardly is, and I hate to give you an answer of which I'm not sure what the true solution is. I personally think you still have to have from what I remember, you have to have an offer, you have to have an employer, same employer, or figure out another way. I mean, I can double check it real quickly. Hold on one second.
Okay. Sir, can I just email you that link, what I am reading, and if there
No,
is any
just
possibility or
hold on.
anything?
I won't have time. I'm extremely busy.
Okay. Okay, no problem, sir.
Let me see
Yeah.
if I can take a couple of minutes here. Give me 1 second.
Okay. So on the USCIS website, I was going under the compelling circumstances EAD and under change or adjustment of status. That's where they have given the instruction. This is how you can further pursue your green card.
I'm just double checking if I can find out.
Okay, sure, sir.
Okay, while this is being done, let's see who else is there. Devangji, I'll come back to you as soon as I
Sure, no
find
problem,
out.
sir.
Sai Kiranji, go ahead. You ask your question. Sai
Sure.
Kiran,
Hi, Rajiv ji. Can you hear me?
I can. Go ahead.
Right. So I have two-part question. So my H1 uh, cap or the 6 years max limit expires next year in March, and probably we are in the process of filing I-140. I just got my POM approved. So my question is if and I'm gonna probably do a premium for I-140, and once it gets approved, if I change company, right, and move to a new employer and transfer my H1, would it be for 3 years? Since I have an I-140 approved, and once I move to that new company on the new transferred H1, if the existing employer revokes I-140 within that, since it is less than 180
So
days.
hold on, back up a little bit. Let me just understand the situation. You are on H1B. I-140 is approved.
No, we are yet to file that.
Okay.
Which
Until
we'll do
I-140
next year, and next week, sorry.
until I-140 is approved and stays approved for 180 days. It must be approved and stay approved for 180 days without being revoked. Your green card or your H1B extensions are in danger. Okay. So I-140 must be approved and stay approved for 140 days. If you apply for an H1B change of employers, that could trigger the government to send a notice of intent to revoke on the I-140.
Understood. And it will be like my 6 years max limit, which is next year. That will be the last for H1.
I would be careful if I were you. All right. So let's say that that's not an issue. That issue, you waited 180 days and now you transferred over. If your priority date is not current, you should get 3 years.
Okay. But you recommend to wait for that 180 days with.
Definitely.
Got it. Thank
All
you,
the
sir.
best.
Yeah.
Okay. So Devangji, let me go back and see what it says. Two separate legal questions. Oh yes, employer-employee relationship is still required. Yeah, you do need, what are you doing? No, working is different. Working is different.
Yes, sir. I just shared that link where I was reading, and that is what I was interpreting.
Yeah, no, you still need an employer, Ji.
Yes, yes, that is true, sir. I would need an employer. So let's say if I get a EAD, I will start working. So I will have employer, but it won't be H1B employer.
No, no. So the point is, to complete the green card process, you need the sponsoring employer.
Okay, okay, okay. So I cannot independently pursue that thing,
No,
right?
no. At least I just did a quick search on Gemini.
Okay, no problem,
So,
sir. Yeah.
yeah. So that's what
Okay.
it tells me. Critical caveat on self-petition I-140 is, yeah. Yeah, that's what I think. But again, I haven't looked at the regulations in detail. So be careful with that. Okay.
Okay, yeah, because it says, like here it says, you need to inform to USCIS for the consular processing since you cannot do adjustment of status.
But that
And
doesn't address the core question. Do I still need an employer? The same employer who processed my green card. That's the core question.
uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
I just don't
Okay,
have the
no.
answer to that. All right.
Okay, no problem, sir. Thank you,
All the
sir.
best.
Thank you for
All
your
the
time.
best.
Yeah.
All right. Take care. Alok ji, go ahead. Alok.
Hello,
Alok.
Rajiv. Namaste, sir. Sir, so
Namaste.
actually I have one question. So currently I am working with company A as a full time. So they have initiated my perm process in the month of February.
Okay.
And I got one offer letter from the consultancy. They are saying that means मैंने उनको बोला कि मेरा H1B पे 4.5 years हो गया है, still 1.5 years remaining. If you process my firm, if you do have existing PWD approved, then I can ready to join. And until my perm do not get approved, because they were saying that you have to find the project, all the things. So it is possible as issue आएगा कि if two companies are processing my perm.
Well, as long as you have a good reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
See, POM requires good faith.
Mm-hmm.
POM requires that you are doing everything honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the intention that is honest. And the way I see it is, if you have a case where your intention is, look, I've got 2 green cards going, I'll take the one that comes first.
Correct.
Okay. I think that's a reasonable intention as long as it is honest.
Yeah.
Make sure you're not paying anybody anything because that is illegal.
No, I'm not. The current company, no, I'm not paying to anyone. So means like जब second consultancy को उनको बोला है कि if it is POM approved, then I will join your company. Otherwise, I will not join your company.
I think it's fine.
And another question, क्योंकि this is safe to travel India because मेरे extension के लिए मैंने डेट डाला था and I got the appointment in the month of August. And 4.5 years हो चुके हैं तो they will not कोई issue आएगा क्या सर?
Don't know the answer to that question, sir. I
So
don't think that should be an issue, but who knows?
okay, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm good.
All the best, ji. Vishal ji, you are the third last person in the queue. So when I come to you, I'll just read whatever you are posting, but you posted it so many times. Stop doing that. I saw it. Okay. आलोक जी आपसे तो बात हो गई ना? आलोक?
Yeah, sir. I held over my hand. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Soumya ji, go ahead.
Hello, Rajiv ji. So my question is, my H4 and H4 EAD expired on Jan 31st of 2026. And it's been 9 months since I applied for my H4 extension and almost 6 months since I applied for my H4 EAD. I have no updates from USCIS yet. Currently, I'm on an unpaid leave since past 3 months and I have 3 more months to go. By August 1st, I need to join back to my work. So what do you suggest me to do if I have to expedite the process or what is it?
Soumya ji, they hardly ever expedite unless there is some public interest involved or some government interest involved or some extreme humanitarian angle. Premium processing, usme there is no premium processing of independent H4 EADs. So really there is nothing but wait and see whatever happens. If it goes over their normal processing time, you can open a service ticket.
Service ticket. The thing is, for H4 EAD, it is giving me an option to open the service ticket, but since my application number starts with MCT, it is not letting me do it directly, like raise an inquiry request. It's not letting me do that. It is asking me to raise an expedited request instead. So to do that, it's asking me for evidence. I need to upload some evidence.
Yes.
So
That's normal.
yeah, I'm not sure what kind of evidence are they expecting for H4.
Yeah, if you are just looking into status, I would say call them. It'll take you all day to get through, but go through Emma, the automated
Yes,
assistant
I
voice.
did that. So what they did is they said the second tier officer would be calling me. They gave me a time limit of 10 days to wait, but nobody ever called me till now. So is there any other option that I can
Well,
go?
congressman's office, you can try that.
Even he gave up on it. I've been behind him since February. He's been trying. He's like, there's nothing that.
प्रार्थना करिए. That's all. Not much. I mean, lawsuit कर सकते हैं, लेकिन that's expensive.
Does it really work, the lawsuit thing?
I don't know. Depends on the circuit, depends on the judge, depends on how long it has taken.
Okay.
DC circuit may, I don't think you'll be able to get it because the government will say, or courts will say, well, how is this unreasonable delay?
So there's nothing that I can do. Just wait on it.
At least I don't think so. All right.
So I have another question. This is regarding my husband. He's on H1B and his I-140 priority date is November 2022. His previous employer in 2019 has already applied for a I-140 for him, but it was denied. The reason it says was he did his Bachelor of Computer Science, which is a 3-year degree in India. So they denied it on the ground saying that he doesn't have the US equivalent degree. And so that's the reason for denial that they gave. But the same documentation, everything was the same, but it got approved in 2022. Nothing changed really. So we felt maybe there's a gap in the documentation, what the previous employer did and what the first person did.
It depends on how the case was presented. So I can't really tell you exactly what the case is without looking at it.
So we heard that
you can't get an approval on a 3-year degree without some special language.
Okay. So we heard that the 2022 approval date could be taken back to 2019. Is it really possible? Is it something that we can look into?
No, I think the denial of a 3-year degree is normal. The approval of a 3-year degree is abnormal. So that's the general statement, but I don't know how the case was written.
Okay.
So how the perm was drafted, that's what decides. Because if they approved the case by mistake, they can revoke it later.
Okay, but I think previously it was applied under EB2. The second time it was applied under EB3 category.
That could
So
be the big
that could be the
difference.
reason. Yeah. So
Because
now,
EB3 only requires either a degree or 2 years experience, one or the other.
okay, got it. So can we now ask them to change the priority date from 2020? That's not possible. Okay,
You have a denial, you can't carry the priority date forward.
got it.
All right.
Thank you. That was my question.
All the best.
Thank you.
Sahil ji, go ahead. Sahil Gabba. Gaba.
Yes. Hello, Rajiv ji.
Hello, sir.
Thank you for hosting this session. So, this is about my wife's status. So, what happened? So, since we get H1 for 6 years, and then we follow the perm process and getting to I-140. So, her perm, her H1 6 years were to be were to be exhausted, and then the employer filed the perm, but the perm was not filed on time, because I think we need to file it 365 days before at least the expiration happens. So the recommendation was that she should leave the country, and save some time so that the H1 should not exhaust completely, so that we can reinstate the status once she comes back. Now I am also on H1. Would it be a good idea to, file her H4 and then get her here? Once she's here, we can file change of status once 365 days gets completed to perm. She left already in December, she left on actually December 31st. It's already been now 4 months. And I was also waiting for my H1 extension to come up. It took me 8 months, and then finally had to file premium, and then I got in 15 days. That's how I got my H1 extension approval.
So your question is, can she come back on H4? Then once the date for the perm filing becomes mature enough, can she
Right.
convert back to H1B? And the
Right.
answer is yeah, of course.
Okay. Or would you recommend we should wait for her, perm date to mature and then just file extension for H1 only? yearly extension because that would take another time.
But the thing is that even an option? Does she have enough time on H1B?
No, she's already in India. I mean, we still have 3 months. We still kept a buffer of 3 months for her.
That is up to you. I mean, H4 पे आ जाएं, because if she does a change of if she does a consular processing, she'll be subject to 100,000.
Okay. So anyway, she would have to be here,
She has to be here. Yeah, she has to come back.
Okay. So H4 is the safest option.
That's
Otherwise, okay. So Rajiv ji, I have one more question. So there's this friend of mine whose H1 was picked up and then filed. She was working with K Force. And October is when the H1 kicks in, right? So her payroll was run initially on H1, and then she was laid off, and then she, flied back to India immediately. She had some family situation also. So now she's in India, but I think her H1 kicked in because the payroll was run on H1. Uh, Now, what is the way out she can come back? Would it be like 100,000 fee applicable?
Yeah, what I have heard, again, because the proclamation is so messed up, it is so poorly written, it's difficult to predict. Even government doesn't know what they are doing. What I heard from one of the lawyers, at least, was this. His client had an H1B visa stamp already.
Okay.
She goes to India and she gets laid off while she's in India.
Mm-hmm.
Now, technically, she has a visa stamp. It should be no problem. But when she applied for a change of employers while she was in India,
Right.
USCIS said give us $100,000.
Okay. Because my friend doesn't even has a stamp yet. Because before that, she was, already the project
Yeah,
ended.
so because of all this confusion, it is very difficult to pin things down. But I think you should be prepared for 100,000.
Okay. But can she come back on, maybe B1 or B2 because she has her apartment, she's still paying the rent, everything is right here.
She can ask. I mean, they may or may not give it. Sahil, I'm going to have to move on, okay?
Oh, sure, Rajiv.
All the best.
Yeah, thank you.
Bhavya ji, go ahead. Bhavya?
Yes, thank you, sir. Thanks for taking my question. So, my question is, I came here to the US on H4. So I am on H4 right now with EAD, and I'm working with a bank. So on a contract role, but my separation process is going on. So like I'm thinking to switch my visa from H4 to Day 1 CPT. I just wanted to know, like, is there any other option? I can continue my job during this.
Other than your own H1B.
Oh yeah, that I can do, but like I'm on contract role. Once like employer will do my full time, next year I'll ask them to, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, then the CPT appears to be the only option. But remember,
Hmm.
you should pick a degree that you can justify as enhancing your career. Don't just take random degree.
Yes. Yeah, so it should be like related to my work, right?
Yeah,
The degree.
it should be something that you really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, and yeah, following to that question, like, can I travel like between this? अगर मैं ये visa switch process चल रहा है तो मतलब मैं इंडिया जा सकती हूँ कि नहीं?
No.
No.
Then you'll have to get an F1 stamping and you won't get it. That's a very
Okay.
long.
Okay, and Day 1 CPT में can I work like 40 hours contract job, or it should be full time only?
Most of them you can. You can just check with the DSO what kind of CPT they are giving you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
All the best, Ji.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Aniket ji, go ahead. Aniket Upadhyay.
Hi, Rajiv ji. Thank you for hosting this. My question is on behalf of my wife. I'm on H1B and my H1B will expire in September of 2026, and my wife will be on on H4 in sometime in July of this year. Considering this, can she apply for F1 transition before the start of her classes? She has her admission in August of
She's on
2026.
H4 right now?
She will be coming on H4 July because she has her interview in end of June. So that's how we are planning.
I don't see why not.
We can do the F1 transition before classes. Okay. Okay. And
check with the school. She's coming on H4. She's getting admission. like a normal
Yeah,
person. Yeah, I think so. Just check.
yeah.
Just
Because earlier she had F1 rejection in
yeah,
the
but
month of November.
that's
But
not the same thing as change of status.
okay. So can we also be eligible for premium processing
I
while
think so.
H4 to
Yes,
F1?
absolutely.
I-5 Okay, that helps. And the other thing is, since the H4 will also expire on September 28, 2026, how would be the situation when both the visa would be in process? I mean, we might also think to extend H4 along with my H1B.
No, if you extend H4, she goes from F1 to H4.
Oh, we can't even extend. But what if we get a reject in H4 to F1? Then we are stuck with.
Reject from H4 to F1. Then you are on H4.
But we haven't filed for extension. So what
No,
will
but why
happen?
would you get rejection after you're already on F1? When
No,
does
if F1 takes
she's
longer, if we don't file for
she's entering on
premium,
H4.
she's entering on H4.
H4 is usually good for 3 years, 2-3 years, right?
But it will expire on September 28 itself, along with my H1B. 2026, September of
So premium
2026 is
processing still gives you sufficient time, right?
premium processing does, yeah. But what if that gets rejected and we are left with just a few days? So I mean, the timeline is very close and tight.
Nothing you can do about it. That's how it is.
Okay, so we'll go for premium. Yeah, that helps. Thank you. Thank you. Just one more thing
Now I'm
regarding
gonna
my.
have to go, Aniket.
All right, no problem. But thanks for
All
the
the
time.
best. Yeah, we are running. I am way over my time.
No problem.
Shri Hegre ji, go ahead, please. Shri Hegre.
Hello, sir. How are you doing?
Good, ma'am. How are you?
Surviving. Anyways,
All right.
so basically, I'm a pilot, and they generally don't sponsor H1B visas for us.
No, because
Abhi,
you need a
problem
degree and
is,
pilots don't need a degree.
sorry, what?
See, because they need a degree in a specific subject, and pilots don't need a degree in a specific subject.
I have a Master's of Science in Aeronautics from Embry-Riddle. So, anyways, my question is, I'm having to shift to day one CPT Abhi. From August, my STEM OPT ends, and my job requires me to travel to like Bahamas and South America and stuff like that. My visa, F1 visa, however, is valid until April 2027.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it safe to do that, or do you suggest stay inside America?
April 2027 tak to it should be safe
Okay.
because people have been traveling on CPT. I haven't heard anything negative so far.
Okay.
Okay. But after this visa expires, then I don't think you're going to get a visa again easily.
Yeah, I'm not going to get an F1 visa. I'm planning to shift to like a safety role in the same company.
Yeah.
Another thing is, my fiance got his H1B picked this time. And is there a quicker way to apply for the perm process, or like nothing? I have to wait for like 2-3 years to get it.
It is whatever time it takes, it takes.
Sad. And one last thing, my DSO told me I have 133 days left for unemployment. I was just laid off from SkyWest Airlines recently. So that's right? There's no like 60-day limit for STEM OPT.
Does not sound right. Are you on STEM OPT or CPT?
I'm on STEM OPT right now. She said you have 90 days from OPT plus 60 days from STEM
That is
OPT.
correct. 150 days total. That is correct.
Okay, cool. Because I didn't use any unemployment days during that time.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All the
All
best.
right. Thank you so much for your help. Have a
You're
good day.
welcome, Siri. You too. Bye-bye. Pradeep ji, go ahead. Pradeep Advani.
Hi Rajiv ji, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, hi. So we've been in touch previously. This is regarding my daughter.
Okay.
So she has an active H1B and she's working. At this point, she's also looking to get into her master's and she's applied both in the US and outside. Now the US, decisions are awaited. So she's also exploring the option of looking for a job in those cities where she can work and study as one option. Now, until that happens, she's looking to travel to India for a break. And her question was that if she's out and in the interim she finds a job, does she have to be back for the transfer process of her H1?
Okay. So She was on H1.
She is on H1B. Yes, she's working
She is on,
currently. Yeah.
she is on H1, and I'm a little lost with this narrative. She's on H1B. She's traveling.
She she plans to come to India at this point, but she's waiting for decisions on her school as well as any job that she's applying. Nothing
But
is firmed
school
up.
may, she has not applied for a change of status though to F1, has she?
No, not yet. Not yet. She can study and work, right, as part-time
On H1B,
student
she can.
and
Yes.
yes. So what
Does she
she's
have
asked
an,
looking is
Pradeep ji, does she have an
sorry.
H1 visa already?
Yes, yes, she's been having since October last year.
Acha. And she's planning to come for a visit. Then she'll come back on H1B. Same employer, same job still available?
So far, yes, but the question is if she gets a school in the time that she's in India and she's applying for jobs looking for the same locations where she can work and study. If she gets something, I'm asking for the transfer process, does she have to be back because the
Yeah.
employer is flexible to give
Yeah,
her about
now I
30,
got it.
45 days to.
Yeah, so that's the problem. If she does a transfer from outside USA, they may ask for 100,000.
Okay, so that's one challenge, right? And
Yeah.
she has to be back in the US to apply for the transfer, right?
Then do a change of status. Yeah,
Okay,
transfer.
then do a change of transfer. Okay, got it. And another question, if she's looking to move outside of the US and study, because she has an option and that's still under consideration.
Okay.
If she wants to ever come back to the US, that will be another fresh, because she's done an undergrad in the US but wants to do a master's possibly outside. Will that be another 100,000 sort of a conversation later if she gets a
Well,
job back in the US?
if she first of all, if Trump survives that long, okay.
Yeah,
Um, because if Trump is dead or the 100,000 is dead, then we have nothing to worry about. The
right.
100,000 is expiring this September. Will they renew it? Will they refresh it? I don't know.
Oh, so it's a 1 year thing. I didn't realize. So
Yeah,
that's gonna okay.
September में expire हो जाएगा.
Achha, okay, so that can be an open thing later on. You don't know that, right?
We don't know where
Um,
this is going.
okay, great. Okay, thank you so much. That's helpful and quick response. Thank you so much.
All right, bye bye. Arsalan ji.
Good afternoon, sir. My question is related.
गाड़ी का issue resolve हो गया आपका?
I'm sorry.
गाड़ी का issue resolve हो गया?
I don't know what.
We were listening to you talking about a car or something in the background.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't know. So my question is related to GC EAD. My background or profile is I'm on H1B. EB3 green card was filed in October 2025. It has been more than 180 days.
Which
My
country are you
EAD,
born in, Arslan?
I'm from Pakistan. So my priority date is current. My application 485 is in local field office waiting for to be approval or for interview. My EAD is approved 2 weeks ago. I received the card. The question is, I wanted to switch to EAD from H1B. I just wanted to know, are there any drawbacks of using
Yeah,
the
I
GCEAD?
never liked that idea, Arslan ji. Okay. Unless there is absolutely no other option, I would like you to keep your H1B alive.
Okay.
All right.
I guess you answered my question. I just wanted to see, like, I just wanted to do, some side hustle.
मत जाने दीजिए. It gives you options that don't exist in 485. All right.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
All the best. All the best जी. अच्छा विशाल जी आपका चल नहीं रहा माइक. Let me read your questions. What is the minimum time required for an H1B transfer filing? What is the minimum time required for an H1B transfer? I don't know what that means. देखो ऐसा है कि what is the minimum time required for an H1B transfer filing? Does the 60-day grace period reset after a successful H1B transfer approval? Yes. You get a new 60-day with each H1B approval. My current employer requires transfer approval before I can start. How does that impact my grace period? No impact. If you file your H1B within grace period, you can sit at home and wait for the approval. Once the approval comes, then you can join. That's fine. With 3 weeks left for my grace period, what backup options should I prepare if the transfer is, I think B1 is the only option, right? I mean, H4 if you are married, F2 if you are married, F1 is even more difficult than B1 usually. Do I get 3 new years of H1B period, excluding 3 years of extension if an H1B transfer is approved? So you get a total of 6 years in one period of stay. So if you come to the US, you'll be able to stay for no more than 6 years on H1B, unless you can extend it through your green card filing. Just by transferring employer, you can't extend that 6 years if that's what you're asking. The first question was, how much is the bare minimum time an attorney gets to file my transfer petition? They're going to have 7 business days just to get the LC. So that's 10 days. Maybe a week to prepare the paperwork. A couple of weeks would be a good estimate. Okay. All the best, Vishalji. Girishji, go ahead. Girish.
Hello, Rajiv ji. Thank you so much for doing this even after your time. So my case is I went to India on a leave. I'm on a contract, so it was unpaid leave. And as soon as I came back, I think I worked for like 10 days, and then my company decided to let me go. So I'm looking at new jobs, but what I see online is H1 transfer के लिए they will ask 3 paychecks, but I only have recent 10 days का paycheck.
ऐसा कोई law नहीं. One is enough.
अच्छा,
If
okay,
you have only worked for 10 days, where are you going to generate the 3 pay stub? That's fine. No worries.
exactly, okay. And then I heard you, sorry, one more question, sir. I heard you mention to everyone कि अगर job नहीं मिलता है तो better option is either H4 or B1. So
H4
in,
is the best option, I think, but it takes a long time to process.
okay.
B1
So in
is
I,
second best, and I think it takes about the same time. So I don't know. I
okay.
think H4 makes more sense to me.
But in either case, if I do decide to go that route, when do you recommend I start searching like for jobs or get my H1 transfer again? Is it after the approval or like some months into being on H4 and B1?
No, you can apply for H1. Once the H4 is approved, you can get a change of status back to H1B. There's no cooling off
Okay.
period required.
But बीच में like let's say अगर 8 months लग रहा है
No,
to get
if
the
you
H4
have
approval.
H4 pending, not approved, you can't transfer to H1B.
Okay. So that time I have to stay silent, and then once the approval is there, I can start looking for jobs again. Okay.
Yep. All right.
Okay, got it. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, ji. Gaurav ji, go ahead, Gaurav.
Yes, sir.
आपकी
Uh,
आवाज थोड़ी कट रही है, गौरव जी.
yeah, can you hear me now?
Better. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so thank you so much for taking the time today. So I have like a couple of questions regarding my scenario. So I was impacted with the layoff in March of last year, and I petitioned for a B2 for 6 months, and it was approved, and that is when the 100K rule came in, uh, and I didn't want to leave the country. So I found a new consulting employer, and like I'm currently on bench now. It's been around like 5 months, and like the change of status to from the change of status from B2 to H1B was done in a non-premium way. But I just have the receipt number of the non-premium petition. So generally, like I just wanted to understand a few things here. Generally, like when we do a H1B transfer from one employer to another, I know like, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So generally, like when we do a H1B transfer from one employer to other employer, I know like we can start working when we get a receipt notice from the new employer.
Right.
But in my case, it's been like around 5 months and like it's not been premium yet. So do I need to run the payroll in my case?
So when a change of stat or change of employers is pending, You have the option, but not the obligation to work. If you choose not to work, that's okay.
Okay. But yeah, I'm hearing some cases like it's better to run your payroll because like whenever you leave the country and when you come back, they might ask you some questions like what was the time frame did you did like were you just
I'm
left in
not,
the US
I'm
being
not,
unemployed?
I'm not aware of any such thing, sir. No.
Okay. Yeah, okay, sir. Yeah. Thank you so much. So like in my case, like like there might be three different kinds of decisions for me. Like that's what I see. Like I-797A or I-797B or an RFE. So like previously you just mentioned like I-797B does not apply for me. So like may I know like how is that apply?
Okay, so I-797A means your change of status or your status is intact.
Yes.
I-797B means you've got your change of employers, but you have to go for visa stamping.
Yes.
Your status is disturbed. Okay.
Mhm.
Why would that happen? I mean, that could be, well, I don't know. There are many reasons for which it could happen, too many to enumerate.
Okay.
But ideal option is 797A because if you have to go for visa, then you'll be subject to 100,000 fees.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, sir. So I have one last question.
Uh-huh.
So, like, if I get an RFE or an OID, and in the worst case, if I'm supposed to go back, can I come back in future after finding a job?
Well, if Trump is alive or 100,000 is alive, you'll have to pay that fee.
Yes, sir. Like, how about like future options of F1 or H4?
Well, that who H4 is always a good option, but F1 is iffy. Nobody knows. All right.
F1 is like I didn't get your last sentence, sir.
F1 is iffy. No one can predict what's going to happen with an F1.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, sir.
All the best,
Thank you, sir.
Gaurav.
One last question, sir.
Yeah, jaldi
Do
jaldi.
you recommend going premium now or like because like I'm still in bench right now at this moment. Do you recommend going premium so that like maybe like I could get
Well,
a
that's up to your employer. If they don't have a job for you, then you've got a problem. If you get the approval, you've got to start working.
okay.
All right.
Yeah,
All the
all right.
best.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, guys, it's problematic if they file without a job. That's not a good idea. Madhurji, go ahead. Madhur.
Hello, sir. So we did adjustment of status. My wife is primary, and she got her green card. And then, so we were on H1B previously, or she was on her H1B, and I was I was her dependent. So I was on H4. So now she got her green card in hand, but I have the EAD. So what would be my status at this point? Since
You were on 485 too, right? Your own
yes,
a derivative.
yes.
So you are still 485 pending. Nothing has changed.
Okay. So can I then switch to EAD or just be not work and
No,
be at
you can switch to EAD, but do you have an H1B also?
no, I was on her H4, but I was not working at that point.
And you have an approved EAD, right?
Yes, approved EAD. Yeah, we got the EAD, but I was not working.
Definitely, you can shift to EAD. Why not?
Okay. And then so she's working full time, but can after a month or so she do a part-time job as well?
But she already has a green card approval, right?
No, on her green card, yes. Can she do
हाँ तो
part-time?
already green card जब हो गया मधुर जी
Okay,
तो
no.
yeah, she can definitely do a second job, no problem.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome ji. All the best. Rushil ji, go ahead. Rushil.
Hello, Rajiv ji. But question is that I'll be graduating in May with a master's degree in MBA, and I would be getting I have written my EAD start date as 1st of June, and I'll be starting working with the employer with whom I got my H1B lottery picked, and be working from 1st of July. So is that fine?
So you are getting an OPT, right?
Yes, I'll be on STEM. I have like a STEM OPT type,
So
but
are
I'll
you
be
worried about the 1 month gap between approval and joining?
yes, yes.
Well, you have that total of 150 days for the two periods combined.
Yeah, so 90 days is the first period, and then the 60 days for the other 2 years.
Well, it works like this. If you don't use, let's say, 80 days, you can transfer it to next session. So if you have only used 10 days, um, okay, then 80 days from the first year OPT and 60 days. So yeah, 60 days from the
Right.
2 years
The
of
other
first.
2 years. Got it.
You
Yeah.
can
So
you can
80.
use it later. It gets transferred over.
Oh, it get transferred really? I thought like it just get deducted. I mean, it's just because it's 90 days of the first year, so it's not like you cannot continue
No.
with the pending
So
one.
so second, third year is whatever you have not used in the first year plus 60 days.
Oh, okay, okay, got it. But I can also work in the other question was that this 1 month gap is fine, right? I mean, if I'm unemployed or I'm not working just because they
It
are
should be fine.
filing for my H1B, is it fine?
It should be fine.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All the best, जी.
Bye. Take care, sir.
You're welcome. साहिल जी क्या रह गया?
Sir, just one question. So, is it a good idea to file the H4 of my wife by individually or go through attorney? Because her perm is already in progress. Would it make a difference?
Personally, I think it's a simple form. As long as you follow the instructions carefully, and I personally don't think a lawyer adds much value here.
Okay, because that's what we were in doubt. Because her another change of status is already in file, right? Her perm is in process. So,
देखो भाई, if you have more money than time, get a lawyer. But if
understood,
you
sir.
have a little bit of time, you can spend some time reading the forms and going over it. It's not that
Okay,
difficult.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All the best, G.
Please, thank you.
All right, folks. Good to see you all. Bye, Sahil ji. Bye, everyone. We'll
Bye,
see
Rajiv
you.
ji.
Bye,
See
sir.
you
Take
again
care. Bye.
next Thursday, ji. Bye, Rushil ji.
Bye.
I have to stop the live stream first, I think. Huh.